On this pleasant Friday night from Washington Terrace, Utah, we welcome you to the Rewind Sports Network and our coverage of the UHSAA playoffs, presented by Heidemann and Associates. Tonight, the Alta Hawks travel to the north to take on the Bonneville Lakers. With my broadcast partner, the Brown Bear, Brian Brown, Alexander Timberlake, joining you from the top of the press box here at Bonneville High School. All right, Brown Bear, I turn to you. First thing I say is, welcome to the playoffs, welcome to late October football, and what intrigues you the most about this matchup we're about to see here tonight?
Well, it's two very different programs from two very different regions, Alex. They've taken two very different paths to get here tonight. Like you said, it's the playoffs. This is the best time of year. It's the best time to come out and watch a football game. And I think you're going to see a real intriguing matchup, as you said, between an Alta Hawks team that's in a little bit of a rebuild mode and a Bonneville Lakers squad that is still working to try and find some identity.
Yeah, you said it about Bonneville. 26 seniors graduated last year for head coach Johns Afuvai. Still managed to get 3 wins on the season, but Brown Bear, looking at their game last week against Box Elder on Wednesday, they really let one slip away late because they had a lead late in that game against Box Elder. They were up in that game, a lot of momentum, and Cole Luders played great, 4 touchdowns, 335 yards passing. You have to feel Bonneville's going to be coming into this game feeling like they let one slip away last week on senior night.
And you always want to carry the momentum into games like this, right? You don't want to have that bad aftertaste of a loss in your mouth if at all possible. But really for a young, and at this point, I don't know what we can call them inexperienced because they played a full season, right? But for a young team, you really want to try and build that momentum going forward. And really for a program that, you know, a little bit of a personal side note, my junior year was the last time I was up here at this field, and we actually lost to Bonneville in the playoffs, so some nostalgia for me tonight. But this is a program that's always been consistent, always competed, and you mentioned last year losing 26 seniors and a team that I think surprised a lot of people across the state, and you want to try and continue that culture in your program. And so for the Lakers, it's a big game outside of just being the playoffs. It's about putting your stamp out there, putting your team, your squad back on the map.
And of course, coming on the other side here for Alta, of course, Josh Dodge, our cameraman, and I were there on opening night when they almost lost to Juan Diego. They're going through a rebuild, as you said, Brown Bear. Only 15 total returning starters from last season, plus new head coach Blake Burnett comes in, and they too are coming off a bit of a bitter loss last week against Cedar Valley, a game that, you know, really Alta had their opportunities, but they let that one get away from them as well. So also a big game here tonight for the Hawks to try and see if they can get a little bit of momentum from last week's game back on their side.
Yeah, this Alta Hawks program is young in the sense that there's a lot of starters this year that maybe weren't expected to start, had some exodus from the program when Coach Burnett took over. And for anybody at home who thinks there's a negative connotation to that, it's high school football these days. Guys go everywhere. You think the transfer portal's bad in college, it's just as bad at the high school level. But that doesn't mean these teams are any less competitive or fun to watch. And I think this Alta Hawks team is just one that, you know, they caught a great break in that game by winning in the literal last moment. It was a tremendous call by you as well, but since then, it's been an up-and-down season, but they've been competitive in every single game, and I think that's what I love most about this team. Where they may lack some of the higher-end talent, don't doubt this squad and Coach Burnett, because they come to work every single day, and they compete in every single game, and they're led by one of my most favorite players in the state, Matt McKay.
And, of course, he's going to be a part of our Keys to the Game, presented by Heidemann and Associates, part of the full-service law firm, the team that is committed to going above and beyond the call for the clients they serve. Brown Bear, what's one key to each side to get out of here and move on to next week's game against Bountiful?
Yeah, well, I think for the Lakers offensively, they want to get off to a good start and really get down the field. This is an Alta defense that, as they collect momentum and as they collect confidence, they can really put pressure on the quarterback. And so you want to establish that attack early on. I think for the Alta Hawks, really what it's about, it's consistency. They have a tendency to go play up and down, quick starts and little lulls there in the second and third quarters. And you need to be consistent throughout the game. And really, I think, you know, we talked about Matt McKay at the start about it. but I think a lot of it is going to be put on the shoulders of the quarterback tonight, and that's going to be a big question mark for this Alta Hawks team is how well Tucker Brown plays tonight.
This is the first time these two teams are meeting since 2020. And again, the Alta Hawks come into this game 4-6, Bonneville 3-7, but Bonneville the higher seed. So they host tonight's playoff game. Bonneville, or Alta rather, won the toss. They elected to defer. And so the Lakers will get the football to start proceedings this evening.
Folks, we just want to remind you that both schools are members of the Utah High School Activities Association.
Kickoff temperature.
Not only between the players and coaches, but
it is
fans as well.
Cold, but not terribly cold here in Washington Terrace.
Just keep it to yourself. Nobody cares. Thank you.
61 degrees officially the temperature at kickoff.
I love that Alex broke out the weather app for that one. Meanwhile, I'm up here. We come from two very different worlds in terms of temperature. This is my kind of environment.
Yes.
You had to talk me into wearing a sweatshirt tonight. I almost went sleeveless. Another side note, for those of my era, the ESPN Jock Jam CD playing for the intro, just a massive shout out to all the millennials out there at home who can hear it through the microphone.
John McAllister will kick off. Carter Siegmiller and Ashton Spackman set to receive the kickoff. And the playoffs are underway here at Bonneville High School as the kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Goes into the end zone for a touchback.
And we'll bring it out to the 20-yard line.
First down.
For the first time here tonight. Alexander Timolet, Brian Brown from the top of the press box here at Bonneville High School. One of our 3 games we're featuring here tonight.
Referee David Story, the umpire.
David Story, of course, is the white hat tonight.
Mike Furman, linesman Scott Maxwell, and the back judge Tyson Goodrich.
Very experienced officiating crew, and here comes Cole Luters on first down for the Lakers. Again, part of the 3 games we're featuring tonight. Union taking on Ogden, Snow Canyon against Murray, and this game here tonight. Orbit motion on first down, and we have movement before the snap. Again, David Story is our referee. Again, very experienced crew, of course, wearing pink to raise awareness for breast cancer this month.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Ball will be spotted at the 15-yard line. First down.
So the first penalty of the game against Bonneville, not 1 snap in, and we haven't had a second move off the clock yet. Again, Spackman in motion. And it is a fake to him on first down, and the screen pass goes to Havili, and Vi Havili gets maybe a yard before he gets brought down quickly by a host of Hawks. Brought down on the play by Bear Turner.
Yeah, Turner did a good job of staying within his assignment, and they kind of had a little bit of a tell early on there with a false start, Alex. Stuck with the same play, obviously on script right now, and we're going to see a little bit of hurry up from Bonneville, I think.
Pickup of officially 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 13 from the 17. Havili remains the single setback. Luters to throw on second down. Passes caught. And getting shoved out of bounds is Reese Cantwell, the slot back.
Yeah, nice shot by Cantwell. Simple out route, able to find a little soft spot in the zone. Gets enough of a pickup to get you to 3rd and 6 here. It's a pretty good spot to be in if you're the Lakers after the early 5-yard penalty.
Again, the Lakers' offensive coordinator is Lance Minmaw, and he's going up against one of the best defensive coordinators over the past decade or so in 5A in Joe Tuha for Alta. 3rd down and 6 now from the 24. Man goes in motion. Havili out to the flat. 5 into the pattern. They twist the front. Luters with time. Throw. That is complete to Ashton Spackman. And Spackman, who had almost 200 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns last week against BE, has a first down for the Lakers.
Yeah, you can see the threat that Spackman provides. He's not a super big receiver, but he finds the open spot. Nice job of protection, even though there was a twist, a little stunt there from the Alta defense. And the Lakers able to convert the first down.
1st and 10 now from the 36-yard line for the Lakers. Under 11 minutes to go, just underway here in the first quarter of this first-round game in the 2024 UHSAA 5A football playoffs. Winner moves on to face the Bountiful Redhawks next week Friday at Larry Wall Stadium. Luters to throw on first down. Quick pass. That is complete. And getting knocked out of bounds after a short gain is Briggs Taylor. Riker Ellis able to knock him out.
And you can see that Bonneville has the same idea I did, where you want to work those sidelines, make those safe, easy throws, and move the football. Alta right now content to give up those 4 or 5 yard gains. We'll see how long that lasts as Bonneville's approaching midfield.
Havili remains the single setback. 2 H-backs in the formation to either side. Double wide receiver to either side. And the handoff goes to Ashton Spackman. And Spackman able to spin off a tackle, but not able to get much more as
carried by number 19,
he gets brought
Ashton
down
Spackman.
Quickly on the
1,
play
Noah
by
Forbes.
Riker Ellis again, who had 12 tackles last week. And it'll be third down.
And you see Bonneville trying to get a little, I don't want to say tricky, but utilize their strength, right? Put a speed guy in the backfield, give him the ball. Riker Ellis saw it come the whole way.
Spackman wears the same number as Debo Samuel, if anybody remembers correctly. He is that kind of a player. 13 catches, 197 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Caught all 4 touchdowns from Cole Luters last week. On third down, here's Luters to throw. Blitz coming off the edge. He gets protection, and the pass is broken up. Intended for Spackman, and right on cue, he gets clobbered by Noah Forbes, the nickelback, and it's fourth down.
Yeah, Noah Forbes has done a good job all year. Being a versatile player, he's actually coming from depth on that one where he's almost at the safety position. We've seen a lot of Matt McKay in the past, maybe trying to limit a little bit where he's playing this week, seeing that Matt's gone both ways. He goes defense and offense, maybe trying to save him a little bit for offense. As a quick snap here.
And a fake punt on that play, and the pass goes incomplete. They had it read perfectly.
First down, Hawks.
That's Peyton To'ula, who does the backup quarterback, who acts as the punter. His throw went over the head of Jacob Smith. And Alta's going to get excellent field position here as head coach Johns Alfuvai trying to get a little tricky there on that play.
Yeah, Coach Alfuvai tried to catch us all off guard. I like the idea of the quick snap. Pass just not able to find a home. And like you said, Alex, Alta will take over with great field position. They look like they're ready to run. 5 wide on the field.
Nolan Loans, the tailback, is going to be out in the formation as the 5-back. And a blitz coming on first down as Brown throws, and the pass is behind.
Brown's pass
and
intended
incomplete.
For 23.
Intended for Nolan Loans.
Yeah, early pressure from the edge there. And one thing about Tucker Brown, I've seen him play a couple times this year.
Second down.
He is a tough kid. He's not afraid to take contact, not afraid to take the hit. But you can see that Bonneville wants to establish that pressure early on.
Now they come out in the offset shotgun with double backs. Second down and 10 now. McKay goes in motion, orbit to the back. Handoff goes to Loans, and Loans is able to get into the stack and pick up about maybe 3 before he's brought down by a host of Lakers. First contact made by Ashton Nichols, among others.
Yeah, it almost looked like the first contact was made by his center there. A little bit of a collision that allowed him to slow down Loans just a little bit. Otherwise, he had a ton of running room on that one, like the RPO action from Alta here. You see they're being very versatile with their personnel as well.
This might be 4-down territory for offensive coordinator Marshall Hendrickson. We'll see how aggressive he plays it. Triple wide receiver lines up to the left. And Loans goes in motion. Brown throws. That's complete. And right on cue, there is Matt McKay. And a first down as he's wedged to the turf at the 25-yard line on the first down of the game for the Hawks.
I don't know if there's a colloquialism or anything like that for it, but when things get hot, look for your hot hand. That's always going to be Matt McKay for this Alta Hawks offense.
And quickly they go back to the line. Triple wide receiver lines up to the right. In the shotgun with Tucker Brown is Loans. Now they shift into a stack to the right. Play action throw. That is complete. And on the quick pass,
to number 3, Evan Morton.
It is complete to Evan Morton.
Carter Ziegmuller.
And that'll pick up about maybe 6 yards on the play.
And Morton's a guy that you really have to watch because he's got elite track speed. If he breaks that tackle, it would have been nothing but end zone afterwards. And so just for the folks at home to watch, he is a very explosive player. And you can see Bonneville very well coached, making sure to bring him down immediately, playing that slant close.
Second down, 2 yards to go. Loans gets the handoff, cuts it back to the right side. He's got a lane, and he gets closed off immediately, but not before he picks up Another 8 yards and a first down for Alta, finally brought down on the play by Reese Cantwell.
Carried by number 20.
Yeah, it's a nice cut back there by Loans. He's not a huge
40,
twitch back in terms of like being able to juke defenders and whatnot, more of a downhill runner. So I really like the way he redirected and got downfield, able to pick up the first down, and Alta looking to score here.
Double wide receivers to the right. Now they line up with an H-back, McKay to the left, Morton to the Morton that side as well. Loans the single setback on 1st and goal from the 10. Handoff goes to Loans' left side, and he gets swallowed up by a host of blue shirts. That's Keaton Fute who made the stop.
Interior, this Bonneville defense has been pretty stout, despite the fact that there may be some size disparity up front. You'd love to see that from the Laker defense. If they can get a stand here or even limit Alta to just 3 points, that's a big win considering where this Hawk offense started.
2nd and goal now from the 9. Triple wide receiver now to the left. Loans motions out to the right. Blitz coming. Brown looking. Throws the fade route to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Well covered and incomplete. Intended for Breck Warren, the sophomore. And it'll be 3rd down and goal here for the Hawks.
Yeah, Brown waiting on the receiver to break out, and he broke in, so a little miscommunication there. He's able to get the ball out before absorbing a pretty big hit on that one, and now 3rd down for this Alta Hawk offense.
Started the drive at the 43-yard line following the failed fake punt. And now here they are, 3rd and goal, 2nd, 3rd down of the drive for the Hawks. Triple wide receiver to the left, Loans the single setback. Here is Brown to throw, throws middle, that's complete to Morton, and he gets into the end zone, touchdown.
Brown pass complete to number 3, Evan Morton.
And so Evan Morton, who had a multiple score game last week, gets into the end zone, and just like that, Alta on the board first here tonight.
Simple backyard football, nice little slant route. Morton gets inside the defender. Brown has all the confidence in the world and zips that one in there for 6. The Alta Hawks are on the board.
John McAllister now, McAllister now for the extra point, and he chips it up and through. So with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Your score is 7-0. The Hawks on the board first here in Bonneville tonight. I'd like to thank NutriCost for its sponsorship of the Rewind Sports Network and our coverage of the UHSAA playoffs. 7-0 in favor of Alta. In this matchup between the Hawks and the Bonneville Lakers, the winner moves on to play the Bountiful Red Hawks next week, and the loser's season is Powell. As the kickoff goes through the end zone for a touchback. It'll be a good time to remind you the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the UHSAA playoffs continue next week at Lone Peak High School. Join Jake Hatch and Nate Carter from Knight Stadium as the Lone Peak Knights host the Harriman Mustangs. Coverage starts next Friday night at 6 p.m. on the Rewind Sports Network, your home for the UHSAA Championships. As the fighter jets pass overhead here in Bonneville High School, we're about a stone's throw away from Hill Air Force Base here in South Ogden, officially the suburb of Washington Terrace. As Cole Luter's on 1st down, sets up the screen. That's complete. That's Cantwell. He's got plenty of room up that left sideline, and he gets waffled at the 35-yard line, but not before he picks up 15 and a first down for the Lakers.
Yeah, it's a great call by this Bonneville offensive staff. You saw Cole Albrecht coming off the edge there, trying to put the pressure on. Had it read from the beginning, throw that screen to the boundary side of the field, and that's a big, big explosive play for this Laker offense.
And on cue, Cole Albrecht will be called for offside.
Albrecht.
Offside.
Yeah, David Story is our referee. Sorry about that, Brown Bear. Go ahead.
5 yards.
I was just going to say, Albrecht, one of the better pass rushers in 5A. You can see he's trying to get off the ball, create some pressure. And Alta didn't like the way that Bonneville started that first drive. They were able to move the ball really efficiently, just stalled out once they got to about this point.
Havili has not gotten a touch yet. Vi Havili, the tailback, he still hasn't gotten a touch. Luters is going to gun one down the field. What a throw and catch. That's Ashton Spackman again. And he's down inside the 40 for another first down.
Well, you see Spackman's got those pink gloves, makes it easier to see him. And he's able to wiggle his way open, almost like Julian Edelman in that respect, right? You compared him to Debo Samuel. He's already got a great resume from both of us. Great catch.
That's a name I haven't heard in years, Brown Bear, Julian Edelman. Should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way. Still don't know why he's still not in the Hall of Fame, but that's a conversation we'll have for another day. 1st and 10 for the 35. And here's a sidearm sling out, and here's Havili's first touch. And Vi Havili up the sideline, and finally tripped up out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Another chunk play and another first down.
Yeah, you can see what the plan of attack is for Bonneville. Not worried as much about the run game. They want to try and use that pressure against the Alta Hawks defense. You're going to rush us. We'll keep throwing those screens. We'll see if Alta can make an adjustment. But early on, a great drive going for this Bonneville Laker unit.
Here's from the pistol now. 1st and 10 from the Alta Hawk 23-yard line. So far, it's been gains of 15, and then a gain of 20, and then a gain of 30 rather, and then another gain of 12. Looters got time, throws to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Good coverage. Intended that time for Spackman. And good coverage by Riker Ellis.
Good coverage, like you said, by Riker Ellis there. Just a little too long, a little bit out of the reach there. A wide receiver, and now 2nd and long for this Bonneville Laker offense, and you can see what happens. They've had so much rhythm, completed so many passes. Now you get the one incompletion. Can you overcome it? It seems like such a small little thing, but really in the grand scheme of this drive, it could be a big factor.
2nd down and 10. Looters looking to throw, screens it out again. This is Cantwell again. And Cantwell is able to get a few yards before he's wedged to the turf. At about the 16-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and relatively manageable here for the Lakers.
And we'll see what the Alta Hawks decide to do. Is it's Noah Forbes on the tackle there. Again, you're giving up good chunk yardage on every single one of those. It's 5 to 6 yards. That's enough to move the sticks, especially if you get him into 3rd and 5. Still have the entirety of the playbook if you're Bonneville here. For Alta, they really need to get a stop.
See what Bonneville offensive coordinator Lance Mimnaugh here calls on 3rd and 5. Looters to throw, looking, lost one to the end zone, and it's broken up. It looked like he had Cantwell open, but Noah Forbes able to get his hand on it. And we'll see what head coach Jans Afuvai decides to do here on 4th and 5 from the 18-yard line.
Early on, looks like they're going to go for it here, and I like the aggressiveness from Coach Afuvai and his staff, but big size disparity out there. You got Noah Forbes, who's almost 6'4". See what happens here.
5 will go into the pattern. Remember, Bonneville tried to convert a 4th down fake punt, and they failed earlier in this quarter. Now here, 4th and 5 from the Alta 19. Looters to throw. Looters gets pressured. Looters fires into the end zone. It is complete for the touchdown. Brody Willis comes down with the pass, and the Lakers answer right back.
What a job by that Bonneville Laker offense. You see Looters rolls outside, throws up the prayer, and it is answered in loud fashion. That's a touchdown for the Bonneville Lakers as they pull it even almost, pending this PAT.
What a response, too, from the Lakers. Kick is up, and it is good. And Brown Bear, you called it, 7's on the board with 4 minutes and 59 seconds left to go here in the very first quarter. Visit your local Burt Brothers Auto Care today, where auto care is done better. The Rewind Sports Network, proud to have them alongside our coverage of UHSAA playoff football. 7-7 Alta and Bonneville deadlocked as a pooch kick goes down to that corner, and it goes out of bounds as they're trying to keep it away from the speedy Evan Morton.
35-yard line,
and the kick will come to the 35-yard line. Brown Bear, you have to be impressed, though, with the way Bonneville responded after that drive, or after giving up the touchdown on Alta's opening drive. A pretty good response, you have to say, offensively by the Lakers.
Yeah, absolutely. You can understand why the aggression early on. This Bonneville offense clearly believes they can move the football, and they demonstrated that. It's so huge to build that confidence early on, get that tied up scoreboard, and now an opportunity for this defense to operate with a little more aggression as Alta has to drive the length of the field.
Double back set for the quarterback Tucker Brown on 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Double backs are McKay and Loans. He gets it to Loans, and Loans squeezes through a crease and able to get outside the numbers. He's at the 45, midfield 45, down the sideline, hurdles a man, and finally gets ripped down out of bounds inside the 30. And another big chunk play there for the Alta Hawks and a first down as they're looking to move the ball quickly late on here in the first quarter.
27-yard line.
That's a pickup of 38 yards for Nolan Loans.
I apologize, Nolan Loans, as we get a timeout here, I believe, by the Lakers.
Yeah.
Not able to get the substitution in, but I am familiar with your game, but I didn't know you had that kind of wiggle, Nolan. Great job to avoid multiple defenders, busting out the inside, and then the chef's kiss hurdle at the end. And the quick huddle up, too. Getting up on the ball, it's one of those coaching points, right? So you talk about Blake Burdett in his first year as a head coach, those finer points. He's got Marshall Hendrickson as his offensive coordinator, somebody who's been around high school football for a long, long time. You can see why the future is bright for this Alta Hawks program, even though they've had some ups and downs this season. And, you talk about playoff season, right, and teams that could threaten. This Hawks team is one that if they catch some momentum, and we'll see how they do today. Clearly, Bonneville is up for the challenge, but if they can get out of here with a win, it could be a team that could cause some problems as they get down the road.
Alexander Tumulip alongside Brian Brown here at Bonneville High School on this beautiful Friday night. Game time temperature 61 degrees. Is expected to dip into the 40s later tonight. But things are already heating up on the field. 7-7 our score between the Lakers and the Hawks. Again, the winner moves on to Bountiful next week Friday. The loser season is Powell. Here's Loans on first down, and that's a great response by that Bonneville defense to give up just 3 yards that time. Has a wall of blue shirts able to wedge him to the turf, led on the play by Tyson Pututau.
Pututau, a big part of this defense, both literally and figuratively. He plays inside there in the nose tackle position, kind of defensive end. They move guys around pretty effectively with this defense. But you see Alta not afraid to mix it up early on here.
Second down, call it about 7. Officially 6 from the 24-yard line. Here's Loans again, and Loans this time is going to get blown up in the backfield. Pututau along with Cantwell. Or rather, check that. That's actually Jaden Hansen, the edge rusher. And it'll bring a third down on a loss of 2 yards.
And big Tyson Pututau in there again, anchoring this rushing defense. And great job of just making a mess inside, not allowing anywhere for the Loans to go, and loses yardage on that one. And now Alta faced with 3rd and long, has some decisions to make here. Always have to look for the man in the pink cleats, Matt McKay.
Loans goes in motion, and Brown looking his way, looking to throw, throws it up the sideline into coverage, and incomplete, well covered. Intended
for number 88, Breck Warren.
For Breck Warren, and now it's decision time here
number 6,
for
Diesel City on the coverage. Brings up 4th down.
Alta, and they're going to bring in the field goal unit led by John McAllister.
Yeah, an interesting choice there to go deep and trying to get outside with your speed, right? If you're the Alta Hawks, you're really confident in this wide receiver group. Felt like they had an advantage there, just not able to connect early on. And Tucker Brown, one of those players that really starts to settle in as the game goes on. Look for him to maybe connect on that one later on.
43-yard attempt for McAllister. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up. And it is good. And so with 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the first quarter, the Alta Hawks retake the lead. It's 10-7. Now the lead over the Bonneville Lakers in the first round of the 5A UHSAA Football Championship. 3:21 left to go here in the first quarter. Alexander Tumulip alongside Brian Brown here at Bonneville High School. 10-7 in favor of the Alta Hawks. John McAllister kicks it off, and we'll boot this one right into the end zone for a touchback. Good time to remind you the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of high school football continues next week, Friday. Join us and our crew from wherever we are across the state for second round coverage of the UHSAA Football Championships. Check KSLSports.com for the official streaming schedule and the games we'll be at next week. Again, that's next Friday starting at 6 p.m. Check KSLSports.com for the full schedule on your home for the UHSAA Championships, KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network. Cole Luter's back to work here on 1st and 10 from the 20. And the handoff goes to Spackman over the left side, and Spackman is going to get swung down in the backfield. No one fooled on the play. Cole Albrecht. You mentioned his name earlier, Brown Bear, and there he is again.
Yeah, you can understand why he is so aggressive at the point of attack. It's because the risk versus reward is so high with him. Able to get a TFL there. We've seen Spackman all game avoid defenders, and so Albrecht brings him down. 5-yard loss there. Now Bonneville, after having such an efficient drive previously, is really backed up.
Sun beginning to set behind us here at Bonneville High School with under 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 5 into the pattern for Looters. He's got time, and the throw into traffic is incomplete. I think he was looking for Havili for the tailback, but Havili went one way, and then he threw the other way, and only third and long.
Yeah, he kind of threw to a spot on that one, and I really like the play design in terms of Havili trying to clear out some space there. It looked like they were dragging number 22, Tyler Cole, underneath, but for whatever reason, not able to coordinate on that one, and ball falls incomplete. Now Bonneville in a bit of a dire strait here with 3rd and long.
Both teams combined 4 of 7 of third downs in this quarter. Very impressive. Looters on 3rd and long. Play action. Drops the pass. He's got time. Fires a dart out to the sideline, and it is dropped.
Pass complete to number 22, Tyler Cole.
They're going to say it's an incomplete pass.
Nope.
Looked like there was a bobble on the sideline, and so it would have been short of the first down anyway. Ellis made the hit on Tyler Cole. Now they're going to have the Zebras are going to have a conversation, and here comes David Story in from the backside. Again, it would have been short of the first down anyway, so they're going to say it is a catch and fumble out of bounds. But it's going to be 4th down anyway. And, again, another decision here for offensive coordinator Lance Mimma and head coach John Zafuvai. Looks like they're going to go for it again. Wonder if they might try to draw Alta offside here. Remember, Juan Diego did that to great success against the Hawks on their opening night. 4th and 2 from the 28. And they're going to go for it. Actually, it's going to be a pooch punt by Looters. And this is going to get a great bounce. And Looters' punt is going to die right at the 21-yard line. So that is officially a 57-yard punt by Cole Looters and no return.
Yeah, what could have been a really critical call there is the referees, again, as you mentioned, ruled the catch, ruled the fumble out of bounds, which it turns into a bit of a moot point as Looters does a great job with the pooch kick, able to pin this Alta Hawks offense, really flip the field in essence. That would have been a really bold play to go for it, and you're so deep in your own territory there, and this Alta Hawks offense has been very proficient so far, 2 for 2 in terms of scoring on drives.
That would have been their second 4th down conversion. They already had 3 in this quarter already as we have a penalty flag, and we're going to have an offside called against Bonneville as somebody jumped into the neutral zone at the snap.
Yeah. Talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast, right? This Bonneville Laker team wanted to get off to a fast start. False start, too. Probably keep those out of the...
You keep those out of the equation, Brown Bear, yes.
Yeah. But we're seeing it early on. This defense wants to try and lock up the run game, force Alta into the pass game. Maybe hope for some incompletions here.
1st and 5 now. Brown to throw on 1st down. Pass is caught. There's McKay again. And it takes 3 blue shirts to finally get him to the turf.
Matthew McKay, tackled by number 8,
Daniel Park, the free safety, came up to make the stop, but not before McKay has another first down.
And Daniel Park looked like he was bringing some heat with him as well. And McKay had a collision there at the point of attack, but McKay ultimately wins that one as he converts for the first down.
From the 35 now, 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Under 2 minutes to go. Brown looking to throw. Throws in the middle. There's McKay again. And he gets brought down at about the 41-yard line. Pick up a 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And you talk about the various abilities. One ability that's really critical is consistency. It's something that Matt McKay exudes in everything that he does. And you see, he's been all over the field. He's been in the backfield. He's been in the slot. Sure-handed. And it's just a 6-7-yard pickup. But really what it does is it just keeps Alta on schedule, allows them the entirety of the play call sheet.
Second down, 4 yards to go. Ball at the 41-yard line for Brown and co. Brown, a four-man rush, throws out to the sideline for McKay. Trying to bring it in with one hand, but it was just a little bit too tall for him. And it'll bring up another third down.
Just out of reach.
That would have been a rewind top 10 moment for sure.
Yeah, sure would have.
Fingertip, one-handed catch. You see Tucker Brown just a little bit off early on here. It's just a little long with his receivers, and that's something that as the second quarter starts to take over here. We got about 1:18 left in the first. Expect him to improve on that touch just a little bit.
Already the fourth third down Alta's face. They bring extra throw. That is complete. And that's McKay, and that's a first down as he gets to midfield.
To number 8.
So three completions on this drive, all to Matt McKay, and all first downs.
And Alta's been really efficient with that slant route. You can see it's been multiple. It got scored on the touchdown with Morton, converts the first down there with McKay. You see this Hawks offense is very confident in that on third down. We'll see if Bonneville comes out and tries to make an adjustment, either trying to get someone in the lane or putting more pressure on the quarterback.
10-7, Alta leads here as we approach a minute to go here in the first quarter. From midfield, Brown, play action, throws. That is complete. There's Morton, but he gets planted
Pass complete to number
over the
3,
middle.
Evan Morton.
Brought down on the play by the backup quarterback, Carter Siegmiller. But it's a 5-yard pickup nevertheless.
The definition of a form tackle there by Siegmiller. And whatever he gives up in size, he is unafraid to lay a big hit out there and brings down Morton before he's able to pick up more yards.
See if this is the final play of the first quarter. We have less than 30 seconds left in the first 12 minutes. What's been an entertaining start. Alta shifts now into a stack formation to the right. Loans the single setback. And Brown to throw. Throws. That is complete to Morton. He's got plenty of speed. And he's able to get brought down, but not before he picks up a first down. That's Siegmiller again. And a first down at about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, Alta's going to try and go quick here, especially with the clock at about 14 seconds. Did stop with the first down. We'll see if they wind it here. But a great job by Morton to secure the catch and try to get upfield. A little bit of indecision there, whether they want to go inside or cut back outside. Maybe cost him a few yards, but nevertheless able to convert and puts Alta into scoring position here.
From the 32 now, 1st and 10 with 14 seconds left. Loans the single setback. Triple wide receiver lines up to the right. Brown to throw. Extra man on the rush. Swings it on the flat. Loans has some room. Loans trying to get to the sideline, and he gets bumped out of bounds.
To number 23,
at about the 25-yard line with 7 seconds left.
Forced out of bounds.
And I think Alta probably will get one more playoff here in the first quarter, up by 3.
Yeah, I think they will as well. One thing to note for the viewers watching at home, no play clocks on the field, so quarterbacks will have to be aware of watching the official count it down at the very end there. You see.
Oh, we got a man down. I think that's the center. That's looks like it's Sterling Tuilupe. No, that's not Tuilupe. That's actually Justin Hopkins, the left tackle. It might be down here for the Alta Hawks. Good.
Lakers would like to thank our athletic trainer, Daxton Mitchell, and Intermountain Health for their time and effort in working with our athletes as well.
Actually, one of the backup tackles in there
here at Bonneville High School and anyone who competes here.
That is getting off the field rather gingerly. So 7 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the Lakers trying to at least hold Alta out of the end zone. They did so successfully on the last drive.
And the speed at which he was able to get up and get off the field makes you wonder if maybe that's something he's been battling on a little bit as they go to the sideline, and they'll tend to him. If you're the Bonneville defensive staff, it's an immediate position that you'll look to attack.
David Thomason, the sophomore, now comes in at left guard. On second down and short now. Here's the throw for Brown. That's complete. That is Wallen. Wallen up the sideline, and he gets hogtied out of bounds with 2 seconds left.
Warren.
And Warren is going to have a first down inside the 10-yard line. It's first and goal
at the 10-yard line
for the Hawks.
And 2 seconds left here. You have to think that Alta's going to run a play. May try to score right before the quarter. We'll see. But regardless, saw Bonneville bring the house there, especially on the left side. Great job by Tucker Brown. Sit in the pocket, find his receiver. And Warren does a great job of getting upfield and getting the first down.
First and goal now from the 10. Loans goes in motion. And we have a flag. See what this is all about. David Story again is our referee. And the initial signal is it's going against the Hawks.
Yeah, false start called against the Hawks. That'll cost them 5 yards.
So back up 5 yards for the Alta Hawks. First and goal now at the 15-yard line. With 1 second left here in the quarter. Alta trying to get on the scoreboard here before the quarter ends. Loans goes in motion again. And the pressure comes, and Brown looking, throws into the end zone, and it is complete for the touchdown.
Pass complete to number 3,
Evan Morton right over the top.
Zone.
There were 2 receivers in the same area, but Morton able to make the catch. And a touchdown, and the Hawks do get a big score right before the end of the quarter.
It was a great job. Tucker Brown stands in the pocket, sees the receiver downfield, delivers an absolute strike, and Morton rises into the air, almost Jordan-esque, snatches it out of the sky for 6.
John McAllister now for the extra point, and this will take us to the end of the first quarter. Good snap, good hold. The extra point is up, and it is good. And at the end of 12 minutes, Alta off to a fast start here this evening at Bonneville High School. 17-7 is your score. The Hawks will kick off to start the second 12 minutes when we come back on the Rewind Sports Network. Rewind Sports Network and our coverage of high school football is presented by the Salt Lake Running Company. Start of the second quarter here at Bonneville High School. And the Alta Hawks showing their wings and bearing their talons here early, 17-7 over the Bonneville Lakers. Already 2 touchdowns thrown by Tucker Brown. And Alta has scored on all 3 of its drives. And now the Lakers, down by 2 scores, need to formulate something in order to answer back. They already did on their second drive of the game. Spackman and Siegmiller back to receive the kickoff from John McAllister as we get set to begin the second 12 minutes of play. And it's a little punch kick, keeping it away from Siegmiller, and we have a penalty flag down as the up man gets run over, and I suspect this is probably going to be offside against Alta. And so that'll move the ball up close to midfield here. So Bonneville going to have excellent field position off the kickoff. Fair catch, by the way, made by Grayson Borchert.
And if you're wondering at home why try and risk a pooch kick like that, it's usually because those front
called against the Hawks.
Players are not as experienced in fielding kicks. It's very, very difficult to field a kick. So they are going to re-kick this one as it was offsides from Alta. And so we'll see what special teams coach Joe Wilmore decides to do after this one. But you know, sometimes if you can get it's like Oregon showed us against Ohio State. Sometimes if you just kick it at the guy and hope for something good to happen, it'll happen. And shout out to number 40 for Bonneville. Fielded the kick cleanly, took the hit. Reese Cantwell, good job out there.
It was actually Grayson Borchert, Brown Bear, that took the kickoff, but I have to come to blows with you on that one, because was that really planned for Oregon to kick it at the guy, or Ohio State to kick it at the guy, or well, we'll have to find out, as McAllister's going to boot this baby right into the arms of Siegmiller, and he's got it at the 5. And Siegmiller up the middle to the 30. And so, all told, a loss of about maybe 5 to 10 yards of field position, all told for the Lakers. Better field position, nevertheless, than starting on their 20-yard line.
Yeah, McAllister with a real big booming kick, not high, but a line drive. You hear it hit, I believe it was Siegmiller on that one. Was it Siegmiller?
Yeah, it was Siegmiller, yes.
You hear it hit him in the pads on that one. And to your point, Alex, this is, that's what I love about high school football, is it's a place where you can really experiment with different things. And that was part of the whole Oregon conversation, was that Dan Lanning had just handpicked an idea that happens at high school all the time. You just kick it at a player, hope that they fumble it, and see if you can get the ball back. But all goes in favor of the Hawks right now.
Here's a swing out to the flat. Havili's got a couple of blocks on the edge, and he gets absolutely drilled.
Swing pass to number 30.
Bear Turner. Boy, you could hear that from all the way up here where we were standing on top of the press box.
It was a big hit and big collision from 2 big players. You can see
what the idea is you want to get him out into space, get your running back to go downhill. It's just so much ground to cover there for Havili. He's only able to pick up 6 yards because it was such a good job by Bear Turner. And not only did he do a great job of bringing him down, but bringing the thunder with that as well.
Havili is 6 foot tall, and Bear Turner is 6'3", by the way, for comparison. Here's a screen out to Cantwell out in the flat, and Cantwell has a first down as he's knocked out of bounds by a couple of white shirts, but not before he picks up a first down. And some jawing after the play.
And that one pretty close to the sideline there, but it's not Patrick Mahomes in the NFL. You know, the officials are going to let these guys play a little bit more. Good job there by number 41
42-yard line
for the Alta Hawks, able to lay a pretty good hit out there, and you're starting to see that confidence build a little bit with this Hawks defense. Still haven't limited the Lakers, but bringing the wood.
Here's a throw on the flat again. That's complete again. This time it's complete to Willis.
Number 7, Brody Willis.
And Willis close to a first down. They're going to mark him just short of the line to gain at about the 49-yard line. Bring up second and about
49-yard line.
A yard.
Fourth down.
Actually, they're going to say it's fourth down. I thought it was second down. So actually, they're going to say fourth down and a yard. It's actually second down. So it actually is second down and a yard on the 49-yard line. And so the officials are trying to get the attention of the chain crew to say it's not fourth down, it's actually second. Now they got it corrected. The linesman here on the near sideline was trying to get the attention of the chain gang.
And while we let the officials figure everything out on the field, as I'm sitting off of it, I'm really impressed by this Bonneville offense and their ability to mix up the wide receivers. We saw Willis on that play. We've seen a lot of Spackman. Havili, just a great job of using your personnel.
Double wide receivers go out to the right. Spackman slot right. Also out there, Tyler Cole on the right side, and Brody Willis is the X receiver here, bottom of your screen. Havili is the single setback. H-back is Cantwell. Play action. Play action, throw over the middle. It is almost intercepted. And that probably should have been picked.
Number 19, Spackman.
Intended for Spackman, sailed over his head, and Kaysen Torrey probably should have had an interception.
Third down.
And nice job by bringing pressure there from Alta. And I'm going to shout out my guy, Timmy Snell. He's only 5'9", but he is a force to be reckoned with in the interior of that defense. Able to put pressure on the quarterback. Just misses on the throw, and it almost turns into a disaster for this Bonneville Lakers offense. They'll live to play another play, but that one has to be sticking the mind of the quarterback just a little bit.
Play action to Havili, screen out in the flat. They got Spackman, and Spackman gets nailed out of bounds, and he is going to be short of the marker. What a hit. And it's going to be fourth and a yard to go. What great read out there on the edge as Alta able to close down the lane quickly. And here comes another fourth down, and this will be Bonneville's chance to go for it again.
We'll see if maybe they utilize the pooch punt here again, Alex, but they look like they're in position to go for it.
They certainly are. I mean, they're on the 49-yard line. They're already 1 for 2 on fourth downs in this game. I mean, why wouldn't you? You got nothing to lose. And here is Havili right side, and he's got it. Straight inside zone, and he needed 1, he got 3, and the drive continues for the Lakers.
This is not an offense that averages a lot on the ground, just a shade above 60 yards per game. You see what I believe was the first handoff of the game. Timely used, time opportunity for that. Opportune. I'm getting all twisted. It was a good job.
Opportune time,
yes,
Brown Bear. Thank you. We speak for a living, folks, just so you know. First and 10
not a great
from
living over here, but
yeah, no, not exactly a great living, but you know, first and 10 from the 45. Luter's got time and wide open over the middle is Willis, and Willis is chopped down as he gets to the 28-yard line at a first down for the Lakers.
We'll talk about the catch, but I also want to shout out, great job there by the Bonneville offensive line as they gave them plenty of time, allowing that play to open up. Nice job with the clear routes. Run a guy underneath on the drag. He's able to catch it and convert for a big first down.
From the 27-yard line now, Bonneville again looking to answer back. They're down 17-7, but the two offenses have been providing most of the fireworks here so far in this first half. Alexander Timolipin, Brian Brown from the top of the press box here at Bonneville High School on this opening night of the playoffs. Luters looking. Luters slings one to the air, and it is incomplete, intended for Tyler Cole. There was a lot of contact along the middle, but there's no flag. And I have to say, Brown Bear, there didn't look like there was a whole lot of contact in the secondary on Tyler Cole.
There was a lot of contact. I think the question comes into play was how catchable is that ball?
Right.
From my perspective, it looked like he had an opportunity, but at the same time, such a deep bang-bang play, especially for when you just have one back judge back there, has to view everything. It can be a little bit difficult to get it all in there.
Second down and 10 now from the Alta Hawk 27-yard line for the Lakers. Luters to throw, guns one, far near side, that is dropped. A rare drop for Ashton Spackman. And it's going to bring up third and long.
And it's something we don't see a lot from Spackman, right? He's such a sure-handed guy. Just got a little twisted up, a little behind him there, not able to reel it in. And for the Alta Hawks, it's a sigh of relief because anytime Spackman gets the ball, he's a threat to make good things happen.
He lines up slot to the left, so you just feel like he might get the ball here on this third and long. And this could be four-down territory for the Lakers to see how aggressive offensive coordinator Lance Mimnaugh plays it. On the other hand, what does Joe Tuha have up his sleeve here on 3rd and 10? They bring just four. Luters again with time. Guns it over the middle. And again, it's in and out of the hands. And intended that time for Cantwell.
Ball's incomplete.
And now it's 4th and 10 here, Brown Bear. And you're kind of in no man's land if you think about it from the 27-yard line. Uncomfortable field goal range. And a little bit too long to go for it on 4th down. I feel like you got to go for this.
Yeah, it'd be almost a 44-yard field goal. It's a bit of a distance outside of maybe Dylan Curtis at Murray, who can get it from 63.
Right. 4th and 10 for the Lakers. They're 2 for 3 on 4th downs in this half. The only one they didn't convert was the fake punt. And they scored a touchdown on their other one. Luters to throw. Pressure coming. Throws up the middle. And it's incomplete, intended for Spackman. And it's a turnover on downs. And what was a promising drive for the Lakers stalls out inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, you can see the pressure from Albrecht there on the edge. As he's able to get to the quarterback that time. And just not able to step through on the throw and deliver a ball. And fortunate turn of events for the Bonneville Lakers as the ball goes over on downs. And with 9:06 left in the game, Alex, plenty of time here for the Hawks to try and get another score up the board, already leading 17-7.
It has been all Alta for most of this half. They've scored on all 3 of their drives here in the first half. Brown from the shotgun, looking to throw on 1st down, fires it into the flat. That's McKay, trying to cut it back to the inside, trying to look for some friends. And he gets chopped down across the 35-yard line at the 36.
Nice job by McKay to shake the early defender and then cut inside and get upfield. He's not a super twitchy wide receiver out there. He's a big, strong, physical runner. And so you see him cut back in the inside, like you said, looking for friends. Really the kind of friends he's looking for is Bonneville Lakers to go and hit.
2nd down and a yard now from the 36. Loans remains the single setback, and we have a flag. And it's going to be another offside against the Lakers.
It looks like the signal is offside
against
Alta, but
the original signal was against Alta. So yeah, you're right, Brown Bear. So apparently somebody was lined up on the line of scrimmage.
Alta was in the neutral zone. That'll cost them 5 yards.
So back it up 5 yards. So that's the 4th penalty of the first half against the Hawks. And what was a 2nd and 1 will now be made a 2nd and 6.
And this is something that's plagued Alta throughout the season, is just little tiny mental errors. And it's just a simple thing. When you're a wide receiver, just look over at the official and make sure that you're on the line of scrimmage. Cost you 5 yards.
2nd down, 6 yards to go now, following the penalty. Brown from the shotgun. McKay goes in motion. Now makes a triple wide receiver to the right. Looking is Brown to throw. Throws on the middle. That is in and out of the hands.
Pass intended for number 3.
Intended for Morton and dropped on the play. Good hit by Tyler Cole. And now a third down here, and a biggie here for the Bonneville Laker defense here, Brown Bear, to try and get Alta off the field after the sudden change.
Yeah, it's a nice job by Cole to be in position there, but that's a catchable ball. We're starting to see a little bit of that lull from this Alta Hawks team that we talked about. Just things have been clicking so well, and you take your foot off the gas just a little bit, and it starts to rattle. And for them, this is a big play here on third down, as we saw new left guard there running into the field late.
Timeout called by Alta, their first charge timeout of the half.
By the Hawks, and we'll take one with them as well. Big third down.
Halftime show. We've got Lakettes, cheerleaders, and
big third down coming up for Alta here on the other side of this break. Back everybody to the Rewind Sports Network, and our coverage of the UHSAA Football Championships continues. Alexander Similip and the Brown Bear, Brian Brown, here from Bonneville High School. Big third down coming up here for Alta, with still 8:06 to go here in the second quarter. They have scored on all 3 of their first half drives so far, but in danger of getting booted off the field for the first time here tonight on 3rd and 6. Brown, a little quarterback draw, and Brown is going to get the first down by just about a yard. Didn't get it by much, but he got it, and a first down.
Alta quick and ready to go. It's a nice job by that staff to have 2 plays ready to go if you pick up the first down. But shout out to Tucker Brown. I hate to use the term sneaky athletic, but he is fast, and he can run the ball well. Also has a great arm. I think he's one of those younger quarterbacks that we're going to start to really see excel next season.
Brown just a junior, as is most of this Alta team. Very young, inexperienced team for head coach Blake Burdett, as that pass is intended for Morton, and bringing blown up again was Tyler Cole. Brown Bear, you said you wanted to explain the offside infraction against Alta on that last play, because I don't think a lot of people know offensive offside. Right. So you can go ahead and explain it.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. It's when you're lined up in the neutral zone, and so if you're a wide receiver, that's why we see it all the time on broadcast at every level, right? They look over, they check with the side judge there. You know, we can just see it just right now, as I believe it was Warren just did it. Make sure he's off the line of scrimmage. Just one of those little tiny things.
Brown throws over the middle, and again a big hit as Loans gets clobbered there by Tavita Afuvai. And again, another third down coming up here for the Alta Hawks.
And really, I think what it is it's a microcosm of a bigger problem with this Alta team that we've seen pretty consistently, where they start to lose focus a little bit, and all that effectiveness that you have in the first quarter starts to allow other teams to get back into it. And so that's what they're trying to fight through right now.
3rd down and 6. Brown to throw. 4 men on the rush. Throws over the middle. Pass is caught for a first down. McKay again for progress, gets in the first down as Brown put it in there perfectly over the fingertips of Afuvai.
Well, I love Matt McKay for a variety of reasons, but a great showcase of it right there. You see, he pirouettes as he's trying to fight through multiple defenders, has the wherewithal at the very end before he goes down to reach the ball forward to assure that he gets the first down. It's the kind of headiness that you love to see from a player that used to be a quarterback, doing what he needs to do, going out to the wide receiver position to help the team be the best team that it can be.
Here's a handoff to Loans on first down, and he's able to get up the middle for about maybe 3. As we approach the halfway point of the second quarter, Alta once again has scored on all 3 of their drives here in the first half.
2nd down.
And again, we've called Matt McKay's name a lot. Remember, he was the quarterback in that incredible instant classic win at West last year, that 4 overtime win in what ended up being Alemateo's second to last game as the head coach of the Hawks. And what a game it was. One of the bigger upsets we had in last year's first round. On 2nd down, here's a pass is behind and incomplete, intended for Warren.
For number 88.
It was pretty well covered on the play. And again, Brown Bear, here's another 3rd down for this Bonneville defense.
And so far, they've done a good job of mixing up the slant play. Saw them go to it on 2nd down there, just not able to connect with Brown and Warren. And so see what they come up with as you see Matt McKay lined up at tight end. And
yeah, we have a timeout.
Blown dead, yeah.
Yep, we have a timeout again called by the Lakers.
Timeout of the half.
And the Lakers will talk things over. It's a good time to remind you the Rewind Sports Network and our coverage of High school football, the UHSAA Championships is presented by Heidemann and Associates. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Brown Bear and I will be selecting our choice for the Heidemann Associates player of the game, the player that went above and beyond the call for his team, just like how Heidemann and Associates goes above and beyond the call for the clients they serve. Call them today or visit them online for your free consultation with them, courtesy of the Rewind Sports Network. Alexander Timolip alongside Brian Brown here at Bonneville High School. I forgot to mention that, Brown Bear, there's one thing I know about football. There is no such thing as offsides. There is offside.
One of those unique language quirks that I think we've all fallen in the...
Exactly.
Like nip it in the bud.
There you go. This could be 4-down territory here for Alta. See how Marshall Hendrickson, the offensive coordinator, plays it on 3rd and 7 from the 49-yard line. Alta in this first half, 6 of 8 on 3rd downs. 3rd down and 7, Loans. And we're going to get a jump. And it's going to make it 3rd and 2.
Offside
and
call
another big
Lakers.
Penalty against Bonneville. That's going to make it 3rd and a lot more manageable here for the Hawks.
A nice job of Alta of varying up the cadence on that. I'm going to see Tucker Brown doing a great job using the clap count. Able to draw that Lakers defense off sides.
3rd down and 2 now from the 44-yard line. A lot more manageable 4th down should they get there, but they're not thinking that right now, this Alta team. Brown to throw on 3rd down. Throws on the middle. That's complete. And that's Nolan Loans. And Loans is swung down at about the 32-yard line by Afuvai, but not before he gets another 3rd down conversion for the Hawks.
Well, it's such a simple skill, but just keep your feet moving, and sometimes you can get those 3, 4, 5 extra yards. Great job by Loans. He's so versatile. He's running the ball, catching passes. He's in the slot. He's doing everything today. Great job to move the sticks and pick up some additional yards as well.
Alta, by the way, has won 5 consecutive playoff openers in their time. They're looking to make it 6 in a row here tonight and threatening to add more to the scoreboard here. 5.5 minutes to go, still very early days. As Brown looks to pass, throw, that is complete to Morton. And Morton is going to get swallowed up by a host of blue shirts at about the 23-yard line, making another 1st down.
You could see Morton just feel the defenders around him. Does the smart thing, secures the ball, and then able to dance his way for a few extra yards. Great job.
Once again, Alta has scored on every drive they've been on here in the first half. They lead 17-7 with under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. And another impressive drive here by the Hawks. 2nd and 1. Brown to throw. Throws on the middle. That is through the hands and incomplete. Intended for Breck Warren.
Brown's pass intended for number 88.
And it'll bring up yet another 3rd down. And if I get my count right here unofficially, Brown Bear, this will be the 4th attempt on 3rd down on this drive alone for the Hawks.
I think you're right on that one. You see Warren heard footsteps as Diesel City out there bearing down on that one, and the ball scoops through his hands. And for Alta, this is going to be a much more opportunistic 3rd down.
3rd down and a yard. Brown tries the double clap again and no jump. Looking to throw. Brown into the middle. That's complete. Who else? McKay. And he gets sandwiched right at the 18-yard line. More than enough to move the sticks.
And you can see they're doing a good job. The wide receivers are finding the spots in the zones where they can just settle down. Tucker Brown doing a nice job of rifling it in there, not allowing any hands or anything to get in the way. And another shout out to that Alta Hawks offensive line as they're keeping that pocket open so Brown can find the lanes to throw to.
Approaching 4 minutes to go here in the first half. 17-7 in favor of Alta. Brown from the shotgun, 5 wide receivers in the pattern. Brown to throw, looking, throws on the middle. That's complete. And getting swung down at about the 10-yard line
to number 11, Cole Albrecht.
Is Cole Albrecht, who lined up as one of the receivers as the H-back.
We talk about him a lot on the defensive side of the football, but showing some versatility there with the reception. Now it's, again, this kind of muddle style of huddling where it's just you get together in groups. Becomes so popular at the high school level.
Triple wide receiver now lines up to the left. Warren is the single wide receiver at the bottom of your screen, off to the right. Loans goes in motion, and Brown looking to throw into the end zone. Fires, it's tipped, and it's nearly picked off. Oh, it should have been intercepted. Sitting right there in the middle of the field was Diesel City, and that could have been a big turning point in this game for the Bonneville Lakers if they're able to get that.
You mentioned it could have been an interception. It also could have been a catch, and Matt McKay comes up, hands in the air, looking for a call. He felt that he was interfered with. I'm not sure that there was enough contact necessarily for the officials to agree with him on that one, but now puts Alta into third down again.
This will be the 5th third down by our count on this drive for Alta. They've converted all 4 of them. 3rd and 3 from the Bonneville Laker 10. Looking to throw, throwing, and making the catch is Evan Morton, and a first down again for this Alta offense as they just continue to just work their way right down the field.
Morton is such an impressive athlete, but you're starting to see him really develop into a go-to receiver. Does a great job securing that one, almost able to break it in, and now Alta up and ready to go with the jumbo package.
And they give it to Loans, trying to surge forward into the end zone. And he gets
the middle to number 23.
To maybe the 2-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. Alta has had 5 third downs on this drive. They have converted on all 5 of them. And we're going to have yet another timeout burned by Jance Afuvai as, again, substitutions taking too long to get off the field.
It was a nice bit of coaching of Alta. They were ready to go with the substitution package. Put the jumbo package in for the very first play. Bonneville not able to sub in time, and it's those little tiny moves, the chess match between coaches that can really make a huge difference. Starting to see that here, and on top of that, we're at almost a 7-minute drive now for the Alta Hawks.
I was about to say, yes.
I mentioned the multiple third down conversions. This has been one of the more impressive drives that I've seen from a high school program. You've had a good mix, a little bit of run here with Tucker Brown and Loans, trying to push it into the end zone.
And you think about it, Brown Bear, this drive started back at the 27-yard line off the 4th down conversion.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 3 or 4 separate times where Bonneville looked like they had this Alta offense off the field. But you see the talent disparity starting to maybe become a factor here between these two teams.
Well, and it's a game of snaps, right? You get a 10 to a 12 snap drive, and that Bonneville Lakers defense starts to fatigue. A few players going both ways for the Lakers. It's not a deep roster, and like you mentioned, Alex, not deep with talent either.
1st and goal, or 2nd and goal now from the 2. And we're going to have another penalty flag, and now it's going to be 2nd and goal from about the 1.5. Or however close it is.
Offside called against the Lakers. That'll move them half the distance. So it's yard and a half.
And you talk about fatigue again. Easier to draw a guy offsides after he's huffing and puffing, trying to stop you all field long, all drive long.
Flexbone set here. Here's a dive play for Loans, trying to shove his way. Creates a pile, and he did not get in.
Goal alone.
And it'll be 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd goal.
At about the 1-yard line, Loans is carrying the football across the goal line, saying he got in, but his forward progress was deemed to be halted at about the half-yard line.
And great job there by that Bonneville Lakers front, digging in, just creating a wall. Loans not able to get through or around. Didn't want to risk going over the top, and so now Alta's going to go back to their more familiar spread here on 3rd down. We'll see how this works out. I'm a big believer that you want to be consistent when you're inside the red zone. It's a big switch.
3rd and goal from the 1. Looking to throw, and throwing is Brown, and throwing into the end zone and getting it batted around and dropping incomplete is Albrecht. And it's going to be 4th and a goal from the 1.
Brown's pass intended for number 11.
And now Brown Bear, now what do you do? Now what do you do here?
17-7, you got a pretty sizable lead here. I think you're in good position to go for it. And the good news is you got your regular personnel out on the field, right? Tucker Brown made a pretty good throw. Albrecht on that one. So they're going to go for it, Alex.
4th and goal at the 1. And it looks like they're showing pressure. And they're bringing it. And the throw is batted away and incomplete. And the Bonneville Laker defense shuts the door. What a stand.
1st down, Lakers.
Batted away, I believe, by Keaton Foot. Or it could have been by Jaden Hansen, the edge rusher. Either way, Bonneville finally gets off the field.
What a stand by that Lakers defense. And you hear the crowd as loud as they've been all game long. Huge, huge stop. And now, with 2 minutes left, maybe enough time to try and get in field goal position. Maybe even break a few plays.
Wow.
Don't have any timeouts, as we mentioned. Like, it's been kind of a cavalcade of adaptation here on that last drive. But this offense has done a good job of being able to move the football and find explosive plays. We'll see if Coach Alfubay and his staff have one more in the bag.
You feel like they're probably going to throw it here on 1st and 10 from the 1, and they are. Pass is caught. That's Cantwell. And he's going to get wrestled down at about the 7-yard line. Again, 2 minutes to go, no timeouts for the Lakers.
Yeah, and this is always the tough part about it, right? Getting some urgency in your offensive set. Cantwell picks up a few yards, give him some breathing room, but it's the time ticking off the clock. It's almost 20 seconds on just one play.
Shotgun formation again. Looters to throw. Freeman coming off the edge and just throws it away in the direction of Alfubay. Looked like there was some miscommunication on the offensive line because Albrecht came screaming in. And it's going to bring a 3rd and 5 here from the 6.
Yeah, it looked like they had a screen pass set up to the wide side of the field here that was going to develop into something, but Ludens doesn't look in that direction. Looks instead to the other side. I'm not sure it was a miscommunication in the play, but we talked about them trying to hurry up. You can see just not ready to go, and for Bonneville, that's going to end up being a critical play.
3rd down, here's a pass, caught. Cantwell needs to get out of bounds. He does not. He is brought down. The clock will stop momentarily. I have no idea why Cantwell didn't just go to the sideline. He had all the sideline in front of him, but instead he stays in bounds. And now the clock's going to run.
20-yard line, 1st down.
1 minute, 29 seconds. Anyway, Looters is going to throw. He's got time. 4 men on the rush. He's going to launch one downfield into coverage, and it is broken up. And meanwhile, we have a penalty flag at the 20-yard line as it looks like
penalty marker on the play.
As it looks like we had a man that drifted downfield. We also now have one that gets thrown in late. And this could be a sideline warning against the Alta Hawks here.
We'll see as the officials sort this one out, but you mentioned it. There's one penalty flag here at the 19-yard line. I agree with you, Alex. I believe this is going to be picking on one of the big fellas being too far downfield. And listen, I say it all the time on my broadcast. Big guys just want to give people hugs. Sometimes they just want to go find new friends. You know, we're so misjudged.
They miss them, right? They just want to give them a hug.
That's
what we all interpret. You know, that's the thing, Brown Bear, that my dad and I always interpret holding penalties is he just wants to give the guy a hug.
I've been trying to convince people of this for years, and nobody seems to believe me.
So let's see what that other flag was, and it is an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Hawks. So that means it's going to be 1st down. Or rather, yeah, it's going to be 1st and short, or 2nd and short here.
And so if you're watching at home wondering why one penalty was enforced but the other one was not, so the unsportsmanlike is an after the whistle penalty.
Right, exactly.
So that's why they're not able to get the full 15-yard out, because they mark off the illegal man downfield and then the unsportsmanlike.
Sorry to correct myself, Josh Dodge, just to inform me it is a 1st down. They put the nose of the ball right at the 30, and because it was a penalty, the clock will not start until the snap. So a big break here for Bonneville.
And to your point, it's usually a 15-yard mark-off, so it's easy to recognize. A little complication on that one.
Right. Throw downfield, and that pass is incomplete. A lot of contact. Intended on the play for Havili. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Again, no timeouts for the Lakers, down by 10. And remember that Alta will get the football to begin half number 2. So this is a big drive here for Bonneville to at least put 3 points on the board before the intermission.
And just to give folks perspective, they've driven about 29 yards in a minute. So they've got 70 more to go in another minute.
Looters to throw, rolls to his right, looking downfield, throws, that is complete. Spackman got a spin to get out of bounds, and he does. That is an experienced play right there by Spackman. He gets the catch, he gets the first down, and he spins out of bounds and to stop the clock with 1 minute left here in the first half.
Well, it's just great fanatical effort to spin away from the defender, keep fighting, and then be heady enough to get out of bounds. Just a great job there by Spackman, keeping this drive alive. Lakers starting to get something going here, and with a minute left, we'll see if they're able to get it across midfield and really turn this into a threat.
1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. They've gone 40 yards in about a minute from the shotgun. And we have a flag. See what this is about.
Flags on the field.
And David Story gives us the indication it is a false start
against the Lakers.
That is the 5th penalty.
Still first down.
Of the first half against Bonneville. And because the clock was not running, it will not incur a 10-second runoff. As they're going to reset the clock to 1 minute here in the first half. Again, a penalty with the running clock will only initiate the 10-second runoff. So officially going to reset the clock to 1 minute, 1 second here in the first half. As they're trying to get the attention of the clock operators here in the stadium. Now they have it. Now they have it fixed. 1st and 15 now. No timeouts for the Lakers. Still no clock running yet. Havili motions out to the flat to the left side. Here comes the blitz. Luters to throw. Throws the wheel route. Wide open. That's Spackman. And Spackman is hogtied down inside the 43-yard line. That's enough for a first down. As they're going to move quickly again. They'll set the ball, and then they will move the clock. Under 50 seconds to go. Don't think the Lakers have to be in any particular hurry here. They still have plenty of time. Plus, they have the whole field to work with. Luters to throw on first down. Luters to throw. Throws over the middle. That is incomplete. And again, a lot of contact, but no flag. Intended for Brody Willis, but more importantly, it stops the clock with 35 seconds left here in the first half.
That it does. You still have plenty of options in the playbook in terms of what you can do. Bit of a dangerous throw there, as it's a deep out route in the middle of the field, so you wouldn't be able to get out of bounds. So if you're Bonneville, take a second to catch your breath. Think if you can work something to the sidelines here, pick up some chunk yards. You got 35 seconds left. Still plenty of time to get a score before half.
H back in the formation. Havili is the tailback. Luters to throw. Chip block up the middle. He's got time. And now just throws it to the sideline and throws it away. Nobody open downfield. And it'll bring a third down here with 28 seconds left here in the first half.
And one thing that's happening is Luters is looking to just one half of the field. It's something that you do as a coach to try and simplify the reads for a quarterback. And so at this point in time, he's letting time tick off the clock that he really can't afford to do because he's just waiting for that route to get open.
Trying to wait for the pattern to ripen, as my mentor Jim Leahy would say. Now 3rd down and 10 here. From the 45-yard line. Got to get to the 34-yard line for a first down. Luters to throw. 4 men on the rush. Rolls to his right. Looking downfield. Throws, and again throws it away. In the direction of Reese Cantwell. And it's 4th and 10 with 22 seconds left here in the first half. And again, Brown Bear, you're kind of here in no man's land with 23 seconds left. And Alta, you think probably they're going to be bringing the house here on 4th and long.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is with 22 seconds, 23 seconds left, it's magically another second just disappeared. I don't know what happened there.
Don't know what happened either.
Because I saw 23 as well. We'll leave that up to the clock operators, but it really forces the issue here for Bonneville. You got to get it.
4 men on the rush. Luters to throw. Throws it deep into coverage. And it is intended for Willis, incomplete.
For number 7, Brody Willis is overthrown.
And now
incomplete.
Alta has 16 seconds left and 2 timeouts. John McAllister has already hit from 43 yards in this game. And so it would be another opportunity for Alta to get at least 3 points on the board before the intermission.
Not only that, but you've got speedsters at the wide receiver position, right? McKee is a big target down the middle, but Morton a really fast wide receiver along the outside. Tucker Brown, plenty of arm strength to get it out there if you so choose. And with 16 seconds, why not take a shot? the very least, try to get yourself in good field goal position.
2 timeouts left for the Hawks. Brown to throw on first down. Pass is almost intercepted. Incomplete, intended for Morton.
Intended for number 3, Evan Morton.
Good coverage again. Cole closing down the angle quickly.
22, Tyler Cole.
And it leaves them with 12 seconds.
They've gone to that well a few times, trying to get a quick pickup there. Again, they have the 2 timeouts, so even though you're thrown in the middle of the field, you can call timeout quickly, get that clock stop. But Bonneville well prepared for that one.
12 seconds left here in the first half. 2nd and 10 from the 44. Pressure being shown off the edge, and they're bringing 4 this time. Brown looking up the sideline, throwing, and making the catch and getting out of bounds quickly is McKay. There's now 8 seconds left. And the clock will stop as McKay got out of bounds.
First down.
Alta doing a good job of running plays, just 4-second increments as it goes from 12 to 8 on that one. And so you should have just enough time here, hopefully, to get your field goal kicker in range. And McAllister does have a big leg. I don't know if he has 50 in him tonight, but we may find out.
Before that happens, Marshall Hendrickson sees something and he signals down to head coach Blake Burdett to take a timeout with 8 seconds left. And we'll take one with them as well. Back in 30 seconds after this word from Mountain Land Truck Outfitters with Alta on the move prior to the end of the half. 8 seconds left here in the first half. Alexander Timolip alongside Brian Brown here at Bonneville High School. From the 46-yard line here for the Hawks. 1st and 10. And again, pressure being shown off the edge. And they bring an extra man, and Brown drops the snap. And a timeout is called with 5 seconds left here in the first half. And of all the things that could have happened, Brown Bear, that was not on the bingo card right there.
Yeah, one of those things that you just expect to happen every single time, and exactly see entirely what happened. Looked like the snap was a little short, and Brown just bobbled it enough and wisely jumps on top of it, but unfortunately forces the Hawks to burn their final timeout. And more than that, it's a loss of yardage, so it takes you out of any kind of opportunity for a field goal here. And now with 4 seconds left, you're basically calling the one play.
You and I just looked at each other. We know what's coming. We know what's coming. The Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary here at the end of the first half.
The Hail Aaron.
Yes. Is it the Hail Aaron or is it the Hail Rodgers? I don't know what it is. I would think it's Hail Rodgers, but what do I know? I don't know anything about football.
I went first name because Mary is the first name as well, but who knows?
Yeah,
maybe it wasn't, you know?
There you go. Anyway, 2nd and 15 now. This will be the last play of the first half, barring a penalty on the defense. And Brown is going to step up and loft one up the sideline and incomplete. There are no flags, and that will take us to the end of the first 24 minutes.
The score, Alta 17, Bonneville 7.
And Brown Bear, I now turn to you, and I have to say that, you know, Bonneville has to be feeling very fortunate right now. It's only a 2-score game because, like we said, Alta's had their moments in the first half, 17 points, and they scored on all 3 of their first quarter drives. But there are 2 drives here in the second quarter. They go 3. They get stopped on the goal line, and then they fail on the Hail Mary attempt right at the end of the first half. So despite the fact Bonneville has been dominated for most of this first half, the Lakers very much still in this.
And a big reason for the big 4th down stop there at the 1-yard line. They're able to hold Alta. They drove basically the length of the field, and that was a big stop, allowed them to get out of there. Finally getting a stop, as you mentioned, as Alta had scored and finished every single drive up to that point, and really felt like the Hawks were in the driver's seat. Now Bonneville goes into the locker room with 17-7. Hawks, I do believe, get the ball coming out for the half. But that, nevertheless, it's that energy, that momentum, that little bit of belief. You know, that little bit, like I said, it was the loudest cheer I heard all night when they got the stop on 4th down, and it gives you just that much more energy to come out in the second half and duplicate it. And like you said, for the Lakers, everything is available to them here in the second half.
It should be an interesting second half. We'll be back after halftime. The Rewind Sports Network's coverage of the UHSAA Football Championships continues after this. It is 17-7, Alta over Bonneville at the end of the first half here on the Rewind Sports Network. All right, folks, welcome back. This is the Rewind Sports Network and our coverage of the UHSAA football playoffs. Our coverage tonight presented by Heidemann and Associates. Under 2 minutes left to the beginning of the second half. Brian Brown alongside me, Alexander Smith here at Bonneville High School. Brown Bear, we talked about it before going off the air for halftime. Bonneville very fortunate. They're down by only 2 scores heading into the second half. But we should also underscore how big it was for them to get at least out close to midfield prior to the end of the half. It didn't end in any points, but it did not allow Alta to put more points on the board, even though they turned it over on downs.
Yeah, it really was a collective effort, right? The offense being able to get the ball out to midfield, and then the defense holding Alta. And I think the big part in that sequence was the fumbled snap by the Alta Hawks, and that just really killing any opportunity to either get another play off or to get a field goal. And so to get the ball with 2 minutes left on your own 1 yard line and have it end up with no points, no turnovers, no issues like that, to your point, a very good momentum building play for the second half. And I kind of look at this game like a prize fight. The first couple of rounds, 2 teams feeling each other out, and we should see some real electric play. As for one of these squads, this is going to be it for their season.
So Brown Bear, I also want to bring up a point that we made at the top of the broadcast, is that Alta 17 points on all 3 drives in the first quarter, but then there are 2 drives in the second quarter, the stop on the goal line, and then they petered out at midfield at the end of the half. You kind of do get the sense that this is a bigger drive for Alta than it probably is for Bonneville right now.
Yeah, and they really need to come out of the locker room firing on all cylinders. They should get the ball here to start the half, as we see McAllister. Boy, he just banged one from 45. So we'll see how that plays out in the scope of everything here. But 17-7, everything is on the table. It's only a 10-point lead, a 2-possession game in essence for the Hawks. And for the Lakers, it's an opportunity to get back to the offensive style, using the screen game, using the wide side of the field to get the ball moving. All they have to do is get a stop.
And the stop they got was a big one, that one where they stopped the Hawks on the goal line on 4th down at the end of the half. So here we go. 24 minutes left in one of these teams' seasons. The winner moves on to play Bountiful next week. The loser season is over. The kickoff will go down to the 5-yard line to be taken by Warren. And Warren comes up to the 20, comes up to the 25, gets outside, and is going to get out of bounds at about
by number 80,
the 25-yard line. Rylan Clayton actually is the man who got there, and we have a man down for the Alta Hawks. It looks like that's Nick Vigos on the kickoff return team, and he's in some pretty serious distress.
Not able to see exactly what happened, but down there at about the 31, 32-yard line, and he is in, as you said, serious distress. Now the helmet comes off. It
looks like he's favoring. It looks like he was favoring that right leg. You never want to see that. I mean, I'm hoping it was on a hit, because if it's a non-contact injury, that would make things a whole lot worse. But Vigos went down immediately and started pounding the turf in distress.
And it happened almost simultaneously at the end of Warren's return, as he was able to get the ball out to about the 32-yard line on that one.
Yeah.
Doing a good job of following his blockers. And, boy, we talked about hype it all up, and then all of a sudden to have an injury like this, you wonder how teams will respond, especially the Hawks. And good news is up on his feet. Looks like he will be taken off the field.
Yeah, and he is putting absolutely no weight at all on that right leg. So that's not a very good sign, that he is not only being assisted off the field, but he is also not putting much weight, if at all, on his right leg. And we are hoping that it's not a non-contact leg injury, because that's the kind of thing, when you see that normally tells you it could be an Achilles injury, and that's never a good thing.
Scary for sure.
From the 31-yard line now, 1st and 10 on the first drive of the second half for Alta. And the handoff goes to the left side, and getting out of a tackle and then getting smothered in the backfield is John Russell, relieving Nolan Loans.
Second down.
Well, it was a good job by Russell to just get back to the line of scrimmages. There was excellent penetration from that defensive front there, especially from the right-hand side at the edge.
Second down. And 10 yards to go. No gain officially on the play. Brown to throw. That is complete. And getting hit immediately is Warren. And he gets brought down by City. City created some traffic right there, and it is third down again here for the Alta Hawks on 2 plays.
35-yard line, third down.
And you see that coverage tightening up just a little bit more as Diesel City's right on top of Warren when he catches the ball, brings him down. So just a short gain, and now third. And we'd call it almost long here for the Hawks, but a very critical third down.
They were 6 of 9 in the first half on third downs. Third down and 6 this is from the 35. Brown to throw, pressure coming, throws. Who else? That's McKay. And that's a first down out to the 44-yard line. I mean, McKay has been the go-to guy all night long, and why not go back to him again?
And does a great job of securing the ball, able to get the first down. He's just playing so consistently tonight and not making a lot of explosive plays necessarily, but moving the sticks with every single catch.
First and 10 now from the 44 for Tucker Brown and co. Russell goes in motion, and Brown throws the wide side of the field. That's complete to Strong. And William Strong has a first down all the way out to the 43-yard line. A pick up of 13 yards.
Just a simple curl route, but he's able to evade the first defender and break that tackle, pick up the big gain, and almost get an explosive play out of it. Again, explosive plays, 15 yards or more. One of the critical parts about sustaining drives, and Alta getting their work in early now across midfield and into Laker territory.
Some adjustments being made coming out of the locker room here by offensive coordinator Marshall Hendrickson. First and 10 now from the Laker 43-yard line. Russell again in motion to the right. Brown looking to throw to the left side. And it's overthrown, incomplete. Maybe a little too much steam on that pass for Evan Morton.
Like you said, a little extra zip on that one, and Morton's in a good position. He just zings that one out there a little outside of his reach and falls incomplete. And now Brown will need to settle down just a little bit on that, find that rhythm again. Got something good going here early on, but second down. Haven't seen them run the ball a ton here. Again, Russell back in there. We haven't seen Loans. I don't know if he's injured or what the situation might be with him.
Well, Loans is standing on the sideline. So this must be Marshall Hendrickson giving him a blow here, and Russell going in. Second and 10. Play action. Throw in the flat. Wide open is McKay. And McKay gets chopped down by Cole. But not before he picks up about maybe 7 yards. It'll make it third and another manageable here for the Hawks as you get a look at Nolan Loans there on the sideline.
Third down.
Nice job there by, I believe it was number 22, Tyler Cole, on the tackle. Saved a bigger play and puts the Hawks in third and short here. Again, you have to wonder if they look for Matt McKay again. It's been such a reliable combination.
7 of 10 now Alta is on third downs in this game. Brown to throw, extra man on the rush, throw, it's McKay again, he breaks a tackle, he's inside the 20, inside the 10, and he's gonna be brought down inside the 10 of the 5-yard line. Matt McKay, just everything Alta needs him to be here so far in this game.
Bonneville's done such a good job of bringing him down on contact on that one. McKay breaks through the tackle, gets across the field, almost puts it in the end zone, Hawks up ready to roll.
And it is a play-action roll by Brown to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. William Strong was thrown into a whole bunch of traffic, but Strong able to make the catch. And the Alta Hawks with a big play coming out of halftime. And they now put 23 now on the board here against this Lakers team.
Well, Strong was the catch, but also Strong was the throw. And Tucker Brown, as he threads the needle, able to find his receiver in the back of the end zone for 6.
And McAllister makes it a 24-7 game.
8:54 remaining in the third
so with
quarter.
8:54 left here in the third quarter, the Hawks now in the driver's seat. They're up 3 scores here at Bonneville High School. Alta Hawks lead 24-7 here. Alexander Tim up alongside the Brown Bear, Brian Brown, here at Bonneville High School. William Strong with the touchdown catch. Tucker Brown, his third touchdown pass of the evening. John McAllister now set to kick off with the Hawks leading 24-7 over the Bonneville Lakers. Spackman and Siegmiller back to receive. Line drive kick. And this is going to go into the end zone.
Kickoff goes into the end zone
for a touchback.
Ball will be spotted at the Lakers.
So Brown Bear, I turn to you now, and look, and Bonneville's down 17 points. They got a quarter and about 9 minutes worth to go ahead here and get 3 scores to try and save their season.
Well, and they've got to attack it the same way you attack eating a 1,000-pound elephant, right? One bite at a time. And so for them, it's all about this drive, taking it one play at a time. And it's such a cliche that we hear all the time, but there's a reason that cliches exist. It's because they have relevance. And so expect the Lakers to get back to a lot of what we saw early on in the game, using the screen game, using those sideline passes to get those small chunks.
And here it is on the first play. That's Spackman on the edge, and Spackman spins off a tackle. He gets walloped at the 30-yard line, but not before. He picks up another 11 yards and a first down, and right on cue, Brown Bear, they go right back to it.
Well, he is such a fun player to watch. You see a nice job of bringing him across the formation and letting him get out in space. And once he's out in space, he can make those moves. A well-disciplined Alta defense, they're able to bring him down, but he had just that much room. Could have been off for 6.
Does Bonneville have one big comeback left in them? They're down 17 points. Here's a backside reverse to Spackman. And Spackman is going to get smothered in the backfield. Nobody was fooled. Noah Forbes, among others, in on the stop.
And nice job there by the Hawks defense being prepared for the reverse. And obviously they're going to know where number 19 is on the field, especially after how efficient he was, efficient and effective in the first half. And able to stand up, take him down for a loss. And for Bonneville now, it's behind in the count in essence. And then tis the season for baseball as well as football. So we'll mix some metaphors, not too many, I promise.
Not too many of them, not too many of them. Second and long at 13. Here is a reverse backside. Spackman looked like they were trying to set up a pass. Now he's trying to come back to the near side, trying to get some friends, and he didn't get a whole lot.
Carry, give it number 19, Spackman.
And covered about 50 yards, ended up with maybe 1 or 2 yards of positive yardage, and you have to tip your cap at that because he really had to work to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and long here for Bonneville, trying some trickeration, trying to shake things up. Mentioned it, just work the stuff that's been working. Go to the sideline things. You don't have to pick it all up right now. Stick to your game plan, and even maybe you go back to some of that initial script because it was so effective in moving the ball down the field.
3rd down and call it 12 now from the 31. Under 7 to go here in the 3rd quarter. To throw is Looters. Looters again got time, throws it up there, and it is incomplete. Short hop Tyler Cole, who tried to come back for it. And it's 4th down, and Bonneville goes 3 and out.
Yeah, good awareness there by Cole to come back and try and get at least pause underneath the ball. Not able to reel it in, but just see what happens on 3rd and long. And Loons just doesn't have enough arm strength to get it out there on a line, and that's a long, long throw. I'm not being critical. Most of us can't get it out there on that one.
We have a penalty flag from the back. Looked like there might have been too many men in the formation against Alta, and there was. So 4th and 12 turns into 4th and 7 here, but Bonneville, after the first down, goes 3 and out. And they're going to give the ball right back to the Alta Hawks offense.
Illegal substitution called against the Hawks. It's a 5-yard penalty.
So Ashton Nichols, the punter, will get a few more yards here to work with. For the returner, John Russell, who stands back, heels on his 30-yard line. Nichols gets it away, and it's a good punt. Line drive, and Russell makes the catch, and he gets horse-collared down out about the 25-yard line. Good tackle by Diesel City.
And Diesel City's been really impressive all game long. This does a great job of breaking it down and tackling Russell before he's able to get any kind of
25-yard line
space on that one. And really for Bonneville, that's a great weapon to have. They're able to flip the field. Now Alta starts out on their own 25-yard line, actually worse field position than when they came out for the second half.
And actually, this is their worst starting field position they've had all night. As Loans goes back into the backfield here on 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Hawks. Brown, spin out to the left, throws, and it is incomplete. Trying to look on the screen for McKay, but lofted it even a bit too far for his big frame.
Yeah, just a little high there. Matt McKay able to get a hand on it, but not able to reel it in. And those are the kind of passes that you always worry about. Any kind of tip pass or deflected ball, because that's up for grabs. And there's not enough defenders in the area to turn it into a turnover. And that's something that I think Bonneville would really love to get right now if they could.
I mean, you talked about a turnover, Brown Bear. They really need it right now. No turnovers so far in this game. If you can count the turnover on downs as one, but really, in essence, there have been no turnovers here in this game. McKay has been doing most of the work. Here's Will Strong out on the edge. He gets a good one-on-one tackle there by Ashton Nichols. And again, this brings up another 3rd down.
Pass complete to number 17. Strong.
Here for the Hawks.
Tackled by number 2, Ashton Nichols.
Again, we keep harping on it, Brown Bear. In this game, Alta 8 of 11 on 3rd downs in this game, and that's really been the difference.
It really has, and a lot of those on that one singular drive where they almost went the length of the field, not able to come away with any points. That's the the real mysterious part about this game, right? You can have such an efficient drive.
Yeah, that's got to be the weirdest part of this game, I think. Here is Brown to throw. Throws, that is dropped. Ball right on cue. There's Evan Morton again. In a case of the drops, bites the Hawks. Tyler Cole on the coverage. And for the first time tonight, the Alta Hawks will send out the punting unit headed by John McAllister.
Yeah, and with a 17-point lead, this is a good choice there by Coach Burdett.
And looks like Spackman and Siegmiller are going to go back to get the punt here from John McAllister. Snap to McAllister, rugby-style punt. It's a sidewinder off the left side. And it is going to take a hop right into the arms of Siegmiller, and he gets walloped at the 30-yard line. Good coverage downfield by that Alta Hawks special teams coverage. Bennett Coaster, among others, on the stop. Good time to remind you, the Rewind Sports Network and our coverage of UHSAA Championship football continues next week, Friday. Check KSLSports.com for where we'll be throughout next week. We know we'll be at one game. Join Jake Hatch and Nate Carter for Lone Peak against Harriman. What an interesting matchup that will be down in Alpine. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. next week, Friday, on the Rewind Sports Network.
A lot of the higher seeds getting the bye week off.
That's right.
Able to come out and watch some teams that maybe don't get as much attention from Rewind this week. Really exciting.
Exactly. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Can the Lakers get something going? Throw. That is complete on the sideline. Getting up the sideline and getting bumped out of bounds is Briggs Taylor. And Briggs Taylor has a first down to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and one thing you notice about these Bonneville wide receivers, they're all able to get away from initial contact. Not sure if that's something worth Alta, where they're just not breaking down well enough on the tackles. But they're able to get that big yards after contact, the yak, if you will. And that one turns into a first down. Again, goes back to my original point. Take the small stuff, the easy stuff. Turn it into something big rather than trying to keep going downfield too much.
Bonneville trails 24-7. Looters to throw, and before all that happens, we have a flag. And another false start called against Bonneville. That's going to be their 8th penalty of the game.
False start called against the Lakers. That's 5 yards.
This is what we talked about, Brown Bear. This is what's been hurting Bonneville, all these self-inflicted errors. 8 penalties now in the ball game have put them behind us, and they're behind the sticks again.
Yeah, the good news is it's first down, so you still got some time to pick up that yardage. Bad news now is it's 1st and 15, right? And so that does kind of force you in to a different play calling mode or a different thought process at the very least, trying to pick up those extra yards, and just the self-inflicted stuff has to end if Bonneville wants to win.
Alta, by the way, has committed 6 penalties on their ledger tonight. Bonneville 8, so it's been a flag-filled contest, mostly small penalties, besides the big one we had earlier with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Hawks. 5 into the pattern here for Looters. He swings it out on the flat. Spackman cuts it back. Spackman switches arms, and Spackman is blocked down. Brought back maybe about 3 or 4 of those yards before he finally got taken down on the play by Mason Tuala.
Nice job by Spackman to pick up the yardage, but may have gotten away with one, as it looked like there was a Bonneville Laker that had just showing a little love and positivity out there. The old Brian Brown just trying to give somebody a hug.
A little love and tenderness.
Yeah. Again, always grateful for the officials and the work they do. It's very, very hard for them to see everything, especially with as much as is going on down in the field.
Our 2nd down and 12 now from the 42-yard line. Good one-hand snag by Looters. Blindside pressure comes. That pass is caught. That's Spackman trying to fight for yardage, and he gets waffle-boarded to the turf at about the 48-yard line. It'll be short of the 1st down, but it'll be 3rd and manageable here. 3rd and call it about maybe 3 for the Lakers.
And Looters pays the price on that one. He does a great job of reeling in the snap, and then gets just obliterated by Albrecht. Able to find his receiver, and one thing that's so interesting about Spackman, he does such a good job of using his hands, not only in the catch game, but also to create separation after the catch. Able to pick up some more yards, and now 3rd and short-ish for the Lakers.
Got to get these 3 yards. Cantwell goes in motion, the H-back to the left, and they bring 4. Looters throws over the middle, wide open, that's Spackman. And Spackman down the sideline and shoved out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So as Matt McKay's done the work for Alta, 19's doing the work for Bonneville, and that's a big 1st down for the Lakers.
Yeah, it's a big 1st down. It was a big play for him. You can see the reaction at the very end. He felt like the sideline caught up to him too quick because he had head of steam going towards the end zone, and he's going to his knees to try and catch his breath a little bit. He's had a busy 2nd half.
He has been the workhorse for the Bonneville Lakers. 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. A score here by Bonneville makes it a 2-possession game heading to the 4th. And the Lakers have about 60, and the Lakers have 16 minutes to save their season at least force overtime. They need 17 points to try and force the 5th quarter. Here is a play action, and the pass out to the flat. That is Cantwell, and Cantwell gets leveled in the flat. Nito Fonua read that play perfectly.
It was a big hit by Fonua as well, as he finishes strong in that play and walks back to the secondary with a little bit of swagger. A good stop for that Alta Hawks defense, and you can see why Spackman has been getting so much work. Just haven't found anything else yet in the 2nd half to really duplicate his production.
2nd down and 10. No gain officially on the play from the 29-yard line. Cole comes in motion to the left, and Looters with 4 men on the rush. Got time, throws, and the pass is broken up.
Great job.
Broken up on the play by Bennett Coaster. Intended on the play for Briggs Taylor, and it's 3rd down again.
Just a phenomenal job there by Coaster, as he's able to get a hand on the ball and knock the ball out. Just this Hawks defense bearing down when they need to most, as Bonneville's threatening here. The 29-yard line and 3:17 left to play. Those opportunities to score are starting to dissipate.
So from the pistol now, Looters. And you talked about it, Brown Bear. The scoring opportunities are starting to minimize here for Bonneville. They need to score. Even just a field goal on the board would give them a long way to go. Looters to throw. Again, got time, sidearms it out to the right, and didn't get enough on it. Incomplete, intended for Cantwell. No flags on the field, and once again, 4th and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Brings up 4th down.
And given the time and the score where it is, Brown Bear, I can't see any other option for Bonneville, is you have to go for this.
Yeah, and you've had too much, you put in too much work already for this to end, you know, with a missed field goal or even something worse potentially, like a block or a missed snap. And so at this point, you have what you have, and you're going to try and do the best you can to find something to pick up the 1st down here. On 4th and 10, it is going to be a task.
4th and 10, triple wide receiver lines up to the right. Now Havili comes in motion to the backfield. And Looters to throw. They twist the front. Looters throws down the middle. Pass is deflected. Should have been picked. It's incomplete nonetheless, intended for Spackman.
Incomplete.
But it doesn't matter. It'll be a turnover on downs. And meanwhile, Bennett Coaster is slow getting up.
Alta.
and he's able to get up on his own power. But again, another turnover on downs for the Bonneville Lakers, and that Alta defense tonight really bearing down Brown Bear. I mean, it's been pretty impressive to see this Alta defense go to work here tonight.
It has. It's been a tale of two halves, really, for the Hawks defenses. They're starting to really bear their claws and get after the quarterback. And you can see Luter's not a very evasive guy. He has to stand back there and pocket on that one, really put some zip on it, so much that it went through 3 sets of hands before it fell incomplete. And see, Coaster's a little slow to get up. Probably got the wind knocked out of him. He really tried to get up there to catch it.
1st and 10 now from the 30-yard line. Here's a handoff. This is Loans.
Carried by number 23.
And with Alta in the driver's seat with 3 minutes left to go here in the third quarter, you're going to expect they're going to take as much time off this clock
about 3
as they possibly can. And
yeah, it's all about minimizing possession and milking that clock.
yes, correct. Under 2.5 now to go here in the third quarter. It's been all Hawks here tonight. Here's a handoff on an inside zone to Loans, and Loans is able to squirm for about a yard.
Loans.
Brought down on the play that time by the middle linebacker,
brings up third down.
Keaton Fute.
Yeah, we haven't called his name a lot, but the interior of that Bonneville defense, every time it's been tested, they've stood up strong. Nice job there by that front. We'll call them a front 6. They run that kind of 3-3-5 look. High school level, you have to get a little more creative sometimes.
Yeah,
based on the roster.
Yeah, you have to work with a little bit what you got, right?
Yep, that's right.
There you go. Third down now and call it 5. Play action. Brown throws in the flat. That's complete to McKay.
Pass complete to number 8.
He is going to. That is going to be close. Havili made the stop. They're going to try to see where they're going to mark this. I think they're going to mark him just about a half yard short of the first down. So officially 4th and about a half a yard-ish, if anything.
But I tell you what, they gave him the first down on that one.
It's close enough. They'll just give it to him. Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think Matt McKay got it just on effort alone, right?
Yeah.
Havili dragging him down, and you see him reach that long arm out and get it just past the sticks. You know, I thought it was a first down as well, but really just it's about the effort. Every time I see Matt McKay play, it makes you happy. I don't know how else to describe it.
It's making us happy watch him here tonight. As a swing out in the flat. Loans breaks a tackle, able to get a block on the outside, and then finally gets wedged to the turf.
Pass complete to number 23.
Ashton Nichols had a beat on him in the backfield, but Loans able to squirm out of it for an extra 5 yards.
I'm talking about making you happy. Loans doing a good job of making his teammates happy, breaking that tackle and getting positive yards on that. So much of high school football is about staying on schedule, and for any parents at home that may be watching, you know all about that, right? Daylight savings time's coming up. Nobody's going to be happy about that because it knocks you off schedule. And same thing when you're running an offense. Just want to try and keep those increments going.
I wonder what that says about the parents currently watching in the broadcast house as well, as that pass is incomplete, thrown behind Breck Warren.
Pass intended for number 88.
And it'll bring up third down here with 45 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
And that one just a little behind Warren. We've seen Tucker Brown, just a junior, but I think there's a lot of potential for him. He'll go into the offseason with a lot more confidence, a full season starting under his belt. And you had the advantage of having a great wide receiver and Matt McKay. There's your kind of safety blanket and good group of receivers coming back next year. This Hawks team is primed to really grow.
Third down and 5 now from the 44. Russell goes in motion, and we have a flag.
You mentioned at one point, Alex, that it's a lot of little penalties, but those little penalties have added up to big advantages in opportune moments for the Hawks, and that one looks like it'll be just enough to get the first down.
First down.
Oh boy, those are the kind of plays that give a coach gray hair. You have to give up a first down and just not even get a chance to compete on a play, and it's been that kind of day for Bonneville, really.
Yeah, been a frustrating one for the Lakers here tonight. McKay goes in motion on 1st and 10 now from the 49. Handoff goes to Russell. And Russell able to squirm forward for about 5 yards. And where the clock is, I would
number 21, John Russell.
think that might be the end of the third quarter. We'll
Ball
see
down
if
at the 46-yard line of the Lakers, second down.
head coach Blake Burdett and offensive coordinator Marshall Hendrickson want to run one more play. It looks like they want to.
And this is one of those situations where not having a play clock down in the field kind of forces your hand in this situation. You don't know the exact differential between the 40-second clock as the ball is spotted and the game clock.
2nd and 5. It'll just be an inside zone to Russell. And Russell breaking free into the clear. And brought down inside the 5 at about the 3-yard line.
By number 21, John Russell.
Boy, John Russell almost housed it. But more importantly, it takes us to the end of the third quarter. And Brown Bear, if that tells you the story of the night for the Alta Hawks, this offense really has come alive in this game.
24.
And just what a call. We talked about it, trying to force your hand a little bit. John Russell forces the conversation into overdrive as he bounces to the outside and almost gets into the end zone. And for the Hawks, everything is flying high going into this fourth quarter.
We'll head to the fourth quarter. The final 12 minutes coming up when we come back on the Rewind. Well, the Alta Hawks are 12 minutes away from advancing to the second round of the playoffs against the Bonneville Redhawks. If the Alta Hawks advance and this scoreline holds, you can tune in to watch that next week on the Rewind Sports Network, as we'll be live from Larry Walls Stadium, along with our games at Skyridge, at Farmington, as they'll take on American Fork, and also Harriman against Lone Peak. And stay tuned for where we'll be going with the KSL Sports Rewind game of the week. Here, Alexander Timolip alongside Brian Brown is ready to start the fourth quarter. It's 1st and goal. Alta at the 2-yard line, trying to really put the damper on this one here tonight. Loans in the shotgun with Brown to his left hip. And Brown's going to throw for Loans, a swing pass, and he hits the pylon and gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Pass complete to number 23, Nolan
Make
Loans.
it 4 scoring passes
Touchdown,
for
Alta.
Tucker Brown here tonight. And the Alta Hawks have everything rolling on all cylinders here tonight.
See Alta exercising the demons from the previous goal line series, and they knew what to do. Straight to Nolan Loans, and he knows what to do with the rock. Takes it right across the goal line. Easy 6 for the Hawks, and they go up big.
Extra point coming from John McAllister is up and good. 31-7 Alta.
Good. 11:55 remaining in the ball game. The score: Alta 31
and Bonneville
7.
And Brown Bear, you really have to tip your hat to Bonneville. I mean, they've really thrown everything but the kitchen sink at this Alta team here tonight. But you can tell the talent level and the disparity between these two teams. I know there's only 8 starters returning for Bonneville, 15 total for Alta, but it's clear right now the talent disparity between these two teams is pretty clear.
Yeah, and who knows, one of those play calls tonight may have been the kitchen sink, and really what it's been about what it's been about for the Alta Hawks is just withstanding the charge. And you said it, credit to this Lakers team. They've competed, they've fought, just had a few things go against them, a few mental errors here and there, and I don't believe in spreads at the high school level, but I think
neither do I.
Hawks probably would have been favored in this one, but you see the Lakers have competed their tails off, and they're going to keep after it here. There's still that slim sliver of possibility, right?
Yes.
And I think the bigger part of it for, it is a younger team, but for some of these seniors, you want to go out competing as hard as possible, because this is, as we talked about, the end of the season for one of these squads.
I want to bring you up to date on a couple of scores we're watching right now. Snow Canyon and Murray, that one going on down in Salt Lake, 27-7. The final there as the Warriors defeat the Spartans in the opening game of the playoffs there. Give you some more here in a second. Luters to throw on first down. Again, he's got time, but just throws it away as there was no one in the area, but there is a penalty marker down at the 31-yard line, and I have a feeling there's going to be defensive holding here against the Alta Hawks.
Likely has to be holding there, right, as the ball went well out of bounds, not catchable.
Holding
there is the signal. Again, anytime you get hands around the waist or grab a jersey or anything like that, that is the call. That is the penalty. So it's going to be a first down for the Lakers. And we talk about it, just a little fortuitous bounce there. Maybe that leads to something bigger here.
30-yard line, first down.
Some other scores we're taking a look at right now from 3A, Juan Diego, 31-0 over Carbon. How about head coach Danny Larson in his first season? Going to take the Juan Diego Soaring Eagle to the second round of the 3A playoffs as a screen pass goes out to Havili. He's had a quiet night. He's brought down, but not before. He gets about maybe 9, close to 10 yards. And Brown Bear, while we have a moment, want to shout out Coach Eric Thompson at Ogden. The Ogden Tigers tonight, 42-6 over the Union Cougars. And, man, how can you not get romantic about the story of head coach Eric Thompson? I mean, battling ALS, still coaching his tail off. And Ogden 7-3 now this year. I mean, they've had an amazing season.
Yeah, and I don't think people understand the struggles that he's had to go through. And in one game, had to coach essentially from the front seat of a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Pass complete to number 40.
We see a bit of a truck stick there.
Hit hard by number
There's Riker Ellis again on Cantwell. But yes, I mean, if anyone has seen, and this is the thing, Brown Bear, if anyone has seen the amount of work it takes just to get Coach Thompson up to the press box so he can coach the games for the Tigers, that should tell you just alone how much dedication that guy has for the game of football. I mean, it's amazing.
And not just Coach Thompson, but that entire Ogden community. And it goes in all aspects, the administration, everything, top to bottom, that community. It's a very proud community, a strong community. As we see flag come out late here around the 48-yard line on the Alta side of the field after the sack. But, that's a big reason for high school sports, so we get those kinds of stories and to really build communities. And
yes.
It comes down to so much more than just the results.
It absolutely does, as it looks like we're going to have a holding penalty again against the defense, against Alta. That was, by the way, the first sack of the entire game for either side. But it's going to get wiped out by the holding. That's just going to be a hands to the face infraction against the Hawks, and so that's going to be another 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, it was a bit of a later call, too, kind of towards the end of the play, as really Looters had already gone down almost when the flag was thrown, and boy, this one is going to be very punitive as it goes from the original line of scrimmage. And
ball spotted at the Alta.
Not only does Bonneville get the first down, but now pushes them deeper into Hawk territory, the 44-yard line.
Bonneville just trying to get something going here, down by 24 points. They were down only by 10 at halftime, but things have unraveled fairly quickly. Looters to throw, gets hit as he throws again, and open in the middle is Cantwell, and Cantwell takes a shot
as he
gets to the 32-yard line. Again, Alta has most, if not all, of the subs in at this point, with 10 minutes and 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter and up by 24.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line, first down.
Again, if this result holds, Alta will face Bountiful next week at Larry Wall Stadium. What a matchup that's going to be. And again, another opportunity for us to see one of the best running backs in the state, Siaki Fekitoa, along with Emerson Geilman, who we were at that game 2 weeks ago when Bountiful pulled off that upset of undefeated Roy.
Basically tipped 5A entirely on its head with that one.
Exactly. It was basically a one-horse race at that point, if you can call it that, as Looters gets hit again as he throws. Early contact, and here comes a flag.
Pass intended for number 30,
from the back.
Incomplete.
And meanwhile,
on the play.
Looters is down and slow to get up as well. And meanwhile, Bear Turner's cramping up on that far side. Or rather, that's Bennett Coaster who is cramping up on that far side.
First down.
Boy, a lot of chaos happening on that play, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Looters under duress in the back. You see Timmy Snell hop off the field here and wonder if that one was just a cramp or something. And Shout out to Timmy, one of my favorite players personally on this Alta Hawks defense. He's undersized, but fights with tenacity. The bigger story, I think, on that one is that Bonneville gets the fortuitous penalty and now puts themselves inside the 20-yard line in the red zone.
8th penalty of the game against Alta here tonight. 1st and 10 now from the Alta 17 as the throw goes into the end zone, and it is complete. Touchdown.
Pass complete to number 40, Reese Cantwell.
Reese Cantwell gets into the end zone, and the Lakers finally get back on the scoreboard with 9:32 left to go here in the game.
And it looks like the Lakers are going to go for 2 on this one, and smart play in my estimation. Oh, no, they're going to kick the PAT here, so all right. I thought here, if you go for 2 here, then that.
I thought so too, but the extra point is up, and it is good. So 31-14 is now your score.
Remaining in the ball
with
game.
9:31 to go here in the ball game. Alta still in the driver's seat here, up by 3 scores. Touchdown completion from Cole Luters to Reese Cantwell as the Bonneville Lakers trying to see if they can't pull off a miracle here with 9 minutes to go and down by 17 points. We expect we're going to see some form of an onside kick, rather a pooch kick or a squibber or something. As there's a lot of people lined up on that front line there and it's going to be a pooch kick, trying to see if they can get it before it bounces out of bounds. And just an unfortunate break there as it took a sideways bounce, not a backwards bounce. It would have been a live ball.
Should be spotted at the 35-yard line.
So the kickoff will go to the 35-yard line, and Alta will take over there. It's a good time to remind you the Rewind Sports Network and Heidemann and Associates will be proud to select our choice for the player of the game. Brown Bear and I will have that at the conclusion of tonight's playoff game. It's presented by Heidemann and Associates, the law firm that's committed to going above and beyond the call for you, the client. Tucker Brown looking for one last drive to put the baby to bed here tonight here at Bonneville High and advance this Hawks team to the second round. Brown swings it on the flat, complete to Loans, breaks a tackle, trying to get outside. He gets brought down quickly.
23, Loans.
At about the 33-yard line, loss of 3 yards on the play, and Brown Bear, that's exactly what Bonneville's going to have to do for the rest of this game. I know there's still 9 minutes left, plenty of time, but they're going to need stops, and they're going to need them in a hurry.
Yeah, and that's really what Alta's fighting against here is the clock, not so much the scoreboard. And so you want that clock to tick as much as possible. So anything within the field of play where that clock continues to run is a win. In essence, willing to concede a couple yards if necessary. Just don't want to throw any deep passes or long balls and get that clock stopping.
Again, no play clocks here on the field, so they're having to keep the time on the field here for both sides. Brown's a throw on second down. Looking, throws down the middle for McKay, and it is broken up.
Pass intended for number 8.
As getting his hand in the cookie jar right there was Daniel Park. And
second down.
The clock stops with 8:37 to go here, Brown Bear, and if Bonneville gets a stop here, they could be right back on the field.
Huge play by Clark there. He's draped all over McKay, able to dislodge the ball there at the last minute. Just a massive play, and a great job stopping the clock there for the Lakers.
3 timeouts still left for the Lakers. Does defensive coordinator, head coach John Afuvai's defense have one more play in them to give his team perhaps a chance? From the 33-yard line, 3rd and long. Brown looking, throws, that's complete, and getting away is Warren. And Warren is finally tripped up from behind at about the 49-yard line. It looked like City had a beat on him, but Warren with the extra effort able to pick up another first down, the 10th third down conversion of the night for the Hawks.
It's just so many plays out there for that Laker defense, and you can see the fatigue setting in a little bit where that was a guaranteed tackle. Warren able to escape the initial defender and scurry downfield for the first down, and the bigger thing is that clock keeps on ticking. Tick, 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 tick.
10 of 18 now on third down conversions tonight for the Alta Hawks. That has been the story of this game. Here's a handoff to Loans. And Lone squirms his way into the pile for about maybe 2 yards.
Carried by number 23.
Brown Bear just had to break out there the Chris Berman tick, 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 tick.
I don't have quite the voice that Boomer does, but
second down.
Again, you can see now Alta starting to pick up 2 and 3 yard chunks, just rushing up the middle. Just the scope of the game has changed completely, and that is the reality is fatigue does set in for these squads. We're seeing it in live action, playing in favor of the Hawks.
2nd down and 8 now from the 46. Loans a motion out to the left. Extra men on the rush. Brown steps up and now he's going to take off. He's got some space out to the right side, and he gets out of bounds. We're going to mark him officially at the 29-yard line. Pickup of 17 yards. That's the Tucker Brown we know that can scramble out of the pocket and make plays with his legs.
29-yard line, first down.
And if you're sitting on your couch at home screaming, why are you run out of bounds? Well, that's what you're coached up to do. But I think the more important part to extrapolate from all that is Tucker Brown, the smart play, immediately sees the defense covering his guys, knows he's got open field there to the right side, scampers off for a first down and more. And this Alta Hawk offense is in control.
Well, they have been in control really from the beginning of this game. Here's a handoff to the left side. This is Loans. He gets waffled by Offavai, among others, as the clock now runs under 7 to go here in this game.
And this Bonneville Lakers defense has been up to the task. You mentioned Afuvai, Puchutau. It's not the biggest of units, but man, they play and they fight hard. Still not giving up many yards in the ground game.
And like you said, Brown Bear, this is an Alta team that has not rushed for a whole ton of yardage, under 60 yards averaged all season long. 2nd down and 10 now from the 29. Brown looking, throws. That's complete. Sitting in the zone, making the catches. Albrecht. That's a big body to try to bring down. And he gets out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And you can just see now this Alta team really taking control physically at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the confidence is taking over. They're in the driver's seat. You can see, looked like Albrecht wanted to run that one in the end zone. Knows what the strategy is, though. It's about killing the clock. And one more play.
Brown looking, throws. That's Albrecht again. Forward progress should give him about the 6-yard line as we're approaching the halfway point of this final period.
And it's not a touchdown, but he gets another catch. Another little bit of a pad in the stat column there for him. And again,
the 5-yard line.
The clock ticks under 6 minutes now, with Alta in control.
One thing is for sure, Alta making it very hard for us to decide who the player of the game is going to be at the end of this one. Here's Brown, and he's going to take it on the quarterback power to the right side, and he's going to get clobbered out of bounds, puts his shoulder into somebody, and meanwhile there's a flag that goes down late. I wonder out loud if we're going to have an unsportsmanlike conduct foul against somebody for saying the magic word.
That flag flew out with authority there from the side judge, and so you have to believe it is going to go against the Lakers there. Something was said or someone made some sort of gesture or something like that.
Yeah, the frustration boiling over here for Bonneville. And we do have a personal foul. And it was a late hit against Bonneville. Not the hit going out of bounds, but it was something after the play
against the Lakers
that is called against Bonneville. So it'll be 3rd and goal at about the 1.
3rd down.
And that's what I was trying to say. He was trying to get out of bounds, went down kind of awkwardly. So not a late hit, like you said.
John Russell in the backfield on 3rd and goal. Brown looking to throw. Pressured, throws to the end zone, and it's through the hands and incomplete. Intended in the end zone for Evan Morton. And so it's 4th down here with 5:37 left to go.
4th down.
And that's one I think Brown's going to want to have back.
Yep, I was going to say the same thing. It's a tough throw as you're rolling out to the left, trying to throw back over to the right, and just the timing off just that much. And looks like that Hawks are going to kick a field goal here. I think the bigger deal on that one is just the clock stopped, and that was precious seconds that they could have ticked off.
Actually, we're gonna have a wildcat run here by Matt McKay. So 4th and goal from the 1. McKay gonna take the snap, put his head down, and get
Carry
in.
by number 8.
Touchdown.
Matthew McKay goes into the end zone. Touchdown.
What a
Hawks.
night for Matt McKay. He's done it all on the offensive side, and he gets his touchdown, and that should be the one that puts the nail in the coffin and sends the Alta Hawks to the second round.
Matt McKay is Mr. Everything, and fitting that this game closes out with him being the hammer running in the end zone there. Off the, I believe that was borrowed, looked like it was a borrowed little wide action from the Oklahoma State last Friday night against BYU.
Yeah, a little Ollie Gordon, Brennan Presley action as McAllister puts the extra point up and through. 38-14. What a night it's been for the Alta Hawks tonight.
14.
And with 5:36 to go, the Hawks firmly in control and on their way to the second round of the playoffs. What a night it's been for the Alta Hawks. 38 points on the scoreboard and still 5 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the ballgame as McAllister hits a short kick that will just clear the goal line and into the end zone as Spackman thought about getting it and thought better of it.
Spackman tried to activate the go-go gadget arms on that one, just not long enough to pluck that one out of
Any
the air.
guesses on where the ball will be spotted?
Tiptoed on the goal line, and
the 20 is right. First down, Lakers.
This one, things getting a little loose as the
as
PA
the
announcer.
Evening starts to wind down here. Want to bring you up to date on some more scores we've been watching. Woods Cross escaped Cedar Valley tonight, 35-27. Springville over Highland right now, 24-7. That game is late in the fourth quarter. That game appears to be over and done with. As the handoff goes to the right side, this is Havili, and Havili goes nowhere.
Number 30, Havili.
There's your man, Brown Bear, Timothy Snell.
Loss of a couple, second down.
Able to make the stop.
I like to call him Mini Hulk. Is he able to get on the stat sheet finally? I'm always watching for you, Timmy. You don't have to worry about me, but just make it official. Good man.
Some upsets we want to bring you up to date. Upset alerts right now. Wasatch over West Jordan right now, late in the fourth quarter. And another one we're looking at right now is Bear River over Timpanogos right now. That just started the fourth quarter. 23-14, Bear River leads that one as a swing out in the flat goes to Havili. Able to break a tackle and get to the 30-yard line. That's a first down with under 5 minutes left to go here in the game.
The Laker 31-yard line, first down.
West Jordan winning the region and coming off some pretty positive momentum. That would be a big upset.
That would be a very big upset. But Wasatch isn't exactly a slouch either. There's a little bit of a grab there, but a coverage sack nevertheless for Timothy Snell. As we have a penalty flag on the other side of the field, not in the area where there was a bear hug.
Yeah, you and I saw the same thing, I think, at the same time. And, we've hit that point in the evening, I guess. But.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where everybody just wants to go home, and David Story, I think, and his crew are probably in that same boat as well. The flag's on the 30-yard line, so is an illegal substitution against the Hawks. They had too many men in the formation.
And for Alta, this has been an impressive performance, but there will be a few nitpicky things like that. The coaching staff will definitely zero in as they'll prepare next week.
Yeah, can't have those against a team like Bountiful. They will take advantage. Absolutely. First and 5 now from the 35. Looters to throw. Penalty flag goes down. I think it's going to be a hold. Throw is deflected and incomplete. Spackman looked like he had a beat on it. But how about the play made there by Ellis along that far sideline? And the yellow hanky was tossed right in the area where I saw the hold, and I think this is definitely coming back.
Yeah, and that was our guy, Timmy Snell. Mini Hulk out there drawing the penalty. Gives himself a little bit of applause. Well deserved, my man, but shout out to Riker Ellis. You mentioned it, Alex. Like, it's going to be difficult to decide who the MVP is for the Hawks tonight. There have been several standout performers. You know, I obviously have an affinity for Timmy, but Riker Ellis has been dynamite tonight. Saw a few critical plays by Bennett Coaster as well. That's not even touching the offensive side of the ball. Noah Forbes from his safety position.
Exactly. Here's a screen out into the flat. This is Havili. And Havili gets wrapped up after a pickup of maybe 5 yards on the play. Penalty was called, by the way, on the right tackle, Gage Canfield.
Ball spotted at the 34-yard line, second down.
See, Havili, he's a fun back to watch when he gets out in the open field. He can really rumble. And I think this will be the end of the road for him. Not the way he wants to go out.
Looters looking, sidearms it again. That is complete. And getting out of bounds quickly to stop the clock is Campbell.
Out of bounds by number 37, Hatfield.
You see some guys out there still popping pads a little bit.
7-yard line, first down.
You'd love to see the competitiveness, even though this one is, at this point, I think safe to say out of reach.
Right. Owen Hatfield with the last stop on the play. Some more confusion on the offensive side. First and 10 now from the 47-yard line for the Hawks. Here is Looters, throws the fade up the sideline. Caught! What a catch! And what a throw as well. Out of bounds is Willis. Inside the 13-yard line. He's out of bounds there. First and 10 for the Lakers. I said it was first and 10 for the Hawks. I meant to say for Bonneville, excuse me. But it is first down and 10 now from the 13-yard line.
Cole Looters is not going to go quietly into that good night as he throws a beautiful ball down the sideline like he's done all day. Taking the hit, bounces right back up. He is one tough kid.
Double wide receiver lines up to that near side, and it's a throw. Spackman, and no one was fooled. Owen Hatfield said, not this time.
Spackman tickled it.
As offensive coordinator Lance Mimnaugh try to empty the playbook here. Why not with under 3 minutes to go, or approaching 3 minutes to go here in the game.
Again, just there's no reason to keep those ones inside. Might as well lay it out.
Looters to throw, looking, guns one to the end zone, and incomplete.
Pass intended for number 22,
right into the hands of Cole. He went right through his mitts.
Third down.
And it'll bring up another third down.
Yeah, Tyler Cole had every opportunity to make the catch on that one, just not able to reel it in. And he's another one of those players that's been going both ways. And as this one starts to wind down, you have to believe that fatigue has really started to set in for some of these Laker players.
But give them credit. They are absolutely not going away without a fight. They're not going to see their season end with a whimper here tonight, that's for sure. Looters to throws into the end zone, or towards the end zone, passes caught by Cole down at the 2-yard line. It'll be first and goal, so Bonneville likely going to give all 4 downs to get into the end zone here.
First and goal, Lakers.
First and goal or first and Cole?
First and Cole, yes, exactly.
Again,
I see what you did there, Brown Bear.
We all got to empty it out tonight, right?
Yes. Yes, exactly. H-back in the formation is Spackman on first and goal from the 2. It says fourth and goal. It's actually first and goal. Here's a handoff to Havili, and he's in. Touchdown.
Carry by number 30. Havili goes into the end zone.
And Fai Havili going to close his Lakers career with a touchdown in his last game. With 2 minutes and 32 seconds left to go, and I would expect the Lakers are probably going to go for 2 to try to make it a 16-point game.
At this point in time, I think there's really no reason to hold back on that kind of situation.
Right.
There's still 2 minutes and 32 seconds left. Now, this one feels pretty well in control for the Hawks, but offside's there. And
so we're going to get another offside. Like you said, Brown Bear, if there's going to be one thing I think head coach Blake Burdett nitpicks about tonight's game, it's going to be the penalties. 11 penalties now in the game against Alta.
But a bulk of those have really come here in the second half, and outside of the penalties, it's been a very efficient second half for the Hawks. And
right,
a bit of a counter to the first half there, where you're starting to make the corrections. Right, you weren't able to finish the drive in the first half, able to do it in the second half. So now it's about the penalties.
38-20 in favor of the Alta Hawks. This game has been in control by Alta since the very beginning of the night. Havili goes in motion, looking and throwing that way, and making the catch for 2 is Havili. So Havili will get all 8 points on this drive, and with 2:33 to go,
2:32 remaining.
The Alta lead is now 16 points. We'll take a break and come back on the Rewind Sports Network with the Alta Hawks leading 38-22. 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in this first round playoff game here tonight at Bonneville High School. Alexander Timop alongside Brian Brown, with the Alta Hawks leading 38-22, in control here this evening. And so now Bonneville's season likely comes down to one more onside kick. And if they don't recover, they'll have to hope for one more stop to at least make it a one-score game. And it is another pooch kick. And it is grabbed by Isaiah Boyd. And Boyd gets walloped at the 30. I mean, you just said it, Brown Bear. You didn't want to see another pitching wedge kickoff, but there you go. There we saw it again. But it worked.
Yeah, nice job there by Boyd as he's able to secure it. Again, one of the more under-discussed aspects of the game of football, how hard it is to field those kicks. I love seeing Boyd, just the senior wide receiver. He doesn't see a lot of time out on the offensive side of the field, but you can still have an impact on the special teams.
And good to see Isaiah Boyd, too, because he got hurt in pregame warm-ups. As we're going to see backup quarterback Logan Moon finish this one here tonight. Moon's first pass is caught by Russell. And Johns Afuvai not willing to take any more chances, going to use the first
John Russell.
His 3 timeouts with 2:24 left to go.
Lakers, their first timeout of
down
the
by
half.
16 points. Why not? Better just leave it out there than in. And Brown Bear, I now turn to you. And this has been one interesting start to the playoffs on both sides for all classifications. I mean, sure, we're seeing the favorites go through, but you brought it up off the top of the broadcast that this Alta team, if they can get it going, can make life a little bit harder for the opponents they face down the road. And certainly on the basis of tonight, if they play the way they're capable of, what we're seeing here tonight, they could give the Bountiful Red Hawks some trouble here next week.
I think 5A is so wide open this year, and you obviously have to think that Timpview would be the favorite, especially with the way that they performed against Orem not too long ago. But this Hawks team has potential, and it is a younger group, but they fight hard. They're well coached. They do it in all 3 phases of the game. If you can just tighten up the discipline on the penalties a little bit more, like you said, that could give the Hawks a run for their money.
Here's a handoff up the middle to Russell.
Handoff to number
off
21,
stop
John
the
Russell.
clock with 2:19 to go here in the game.
Timeout called again by the Lakers.
I mean, it really is a far cry from what we saw on opening night, what Josh and Gavin and I saw on opening night with this team, where this Alta team got pushed to the brink, to the very last play by that Juan Diego team. And yes, admittedly, they've had their ups and downs this season, but, you kind of had to expect that with this team being replacing as much talent as they had to. And for all the ups and downs they've had, Brown Bear, for them to still have a shot at potentially going to Rice Eccles Stadium is pretty impressive, I think, for first-year head coach Blake Burdett.
It's very impressive, and they say you never want to replace a legend, but Blake Burdett has done a terrific job stepping into the shoes that Mateo left open and just rallying his guys and using his leadership and guys like Matt McKay to really build a culture here on the fly. And I think Alta may be a little down compared to years past, but definitely not out. I think this is a program that's certainly on the rise. And
pass complete to number 14.
Not just because they're the Hawks.
Penalty marker on the play.
As we have a late flag again, Tyler Cole going to get called for a personal foul, a little extracurricular activity on Noah Copland, the wide receiver. As the frustration beginning to boil over here for the Bonneville Lakers, as that effectively is going to end the game with 2:18 to go.
Foul called against the Lakers
here in the game.
It's a 15-yard penalty.
Bonneville's season will come to an end.
Results a first down.
But if we can kind of put a bow on Bonneville's season, I mean, this is a team, Brown Bear, that's tried to replace. That's trying to replace a lot of starters. 26 seniors graduated off this team last year, and a lot of players are playing 2 ways this year. But you have to think the talent is there for this Bonneville team, and the future looks extremely bright, I think, for this Lakers team in the future.
Yeah, you'll have to replace somebody at quarterback, and I got to be honest, that's going to be a task because I was really impressed by the play of Cole Luters tonight. But it's the culture really that carries through. Is
carried by number 21, John Russell.
Things getting a little, I don't want to say chippy, but just still competitive out there. We'll call it that.
Yes.
But it's the culture that you can see have been built. Because this team competed to the very end.
Right.
And even now you're seeing guys out there competing, and you're going to lose some key players. You're going to lose Luter. You're going to lose Spackman. I believe you lose Putatau as well in the middle. Oh, excuse me, Spackman will be back next year. He's just a junior. So, I mean, that bodes very favorably for the Lakers as well. But
yeah, and Vi Havili, I mean, it'll also be very tough to replace Vi Havili as well. Yeah. The great running back for the Bonneville Lakers, as David Story is going to have a quick chat here with head coach Blake Burdett. Make sure no more monkey business goes down here in the final 156.
There you go. Be thorough.
As we're going to have a... Yeah, then we're going to have warnings given. We're going to have warnings given to both sides after the play. So
I think after that, everybody would be content to get a couple kneel downs here, or at least maybe a handoff or two.
Yeah, David Story just announcing that both benches have now been warned, and that any other extracurricular activity will not be tolerated after the play. Russell remains in the backfield. Low snap. Russell gets the handoff. He gets bowling balled around. He'll get brought down there after a pickup of maybe a half a yard. They give him officially no gain on the play because the clock will now run under a minute. Here at Bonneville. Bonneville's season will end at 3-8. Well-played season to Johns Afuvai and this team that have battled through so much adversity all season long, trying to replace 26 seniors. Of course, let one slip away last week against Box Elder on senior night. And I'm sure this is one they're going to feel they let get away as well. They were down only by 10 at halftime, but unable to muster very much else, as Moon is going to be pressured. Moon's going to get out of the pocket, get a block from the right side. He's going to take off. And Moon is going to try to stay in bounds, get to the sideline, and he's going to be brought down with 30 seconds left, and that should...
Timeout called by the Lakers.
That should just about do it, as the Lakers are going to burn their final timeout. Afuvai can't, of course, carry those timeouts with him, and so he's going to, why not, just burn the timeout and see what happens here on this fourth down. Another time to remind you, the Rewind Sports Network's coverage of high school football continues next week. We remind you to check KSLSports.com on our streaming schedule for all you need to know about the second round of the playoffs. Coverage will start across our network next week at 6 p.m. You can also tune in at 6 p.m. on the 97.5 FM and 1280 AM, the KSL Sports Zone for the KSL Sports Friday Night Red Zone Playoff Edition, with Dane Stewart and Jeff Hansen live from the KSL Broadcast House at the Triad Center. As John McAllister is going to come out to try a 54-yard field goal here, which in essence will work like a punt if he can make it. Good snap, good hold. McAllister's kick is going to come up short into the end zone. It works like a punt. No, so like we said, it works like a punt nevertheless.
Ball goes over on downs. First down, Lakers.
So the Lakers will have 1st and 10 at the 20, but as the great Doc Emmerich would say, it's all over but the shouting here tonight at Bonneville High School. Again, well-played season to head coach Johns Afuvai and the Bonneville Lakers. Their season will finish at 3-8, but this team will be back, no doubt. They'll have a much deeper and a much experienced team. And they will have learned quite a bit about themselves here tonight in this game, despite the scoreline. And it's the Alta Hawks who will get ready for action next Friday at Larry Walsh Stadium against Jason Freckleton and the Bonneville Red Hawks. What a matchup that is going to be next Friday night at Larry Walsh Stadium. Luters looking, throws, that is complete. Cantwell trying to look for the hook and ladder play.
To number 40, Reese Cantwell.
He gets brought down, gets the full takedown actually, and that's going to take us close to the finish line with 8 seconds left. And they'll spike the ball with 4 seconds left. And I suspect
4 seconds remaining.
We're going to see the old Cal Stanford play here.
Unforeseen circumstance, Alta will play Bountiful.
It does not look like Band is anywhere near the field.
No, there ain't anybody out on the field right now. This will be the last play of the game, and Bonneville's season will come to an end on this play as well. And Alta's will continue into next week, Friday, at Larry Walsh Stadium against Bountiful, like we said. Luters to throw, looking, just going to heave the prayer, hoping for something. It is batted around, incomplete. There are no flags, and that's it.
That's the ball.
The Alta Hawks, the 18th seed, moves on to face the Bonneville Red Hawks next week, Friday night, at Larry Walsh Stadium. We'll be back after this word from UCCU, and then we'll wrap it up. You're on the Rewind Sports Network. Thank you, UCCU, for your coverage, or for your sponsorship of our coverage of Rewind High School sports football. Alexander Timolip and the Brown Bear, Brian Brown, wrapping it up here from Bonneville High School tonight. Alta victorious, 38-22 over the Bonneville Lakers, and the Hawks now move on to the second round of the playoffs, their 6th consecutive playoff opening round win in school history, and they will face the Bonneville Red Hawks at Larry Walsh Stadium next week, Friday. As we take a look at head coach John Afuvai and head coach Blake Burdett coming to midfield for one last round of handshakes. Great respect between these two squads here tonight. And Brown Bear, I turn to you now, and you have to say, on the basis of tonight, this Alta Hawks team really does look the part of a team that can play spoiler in the playoffs, especially next week at Walsh Stadium.
Very much so, and it's a team that has experience in that role last year, as they were the road warriors all the way up until the semifinals, getting up to Rice Eccles Stadium. And in essence, it's a long road. Can't take anything away from what the Red Hawks have done this year. That combination of Emerson Gelman and Fekitoa is really impressive. Got to see them in the very first game of the year. For the Hawks, if they really do want to play the spoiler, it's going to be about coming out with double the intensity and double the discipline. Can't afford the mistakes that you had tonight, but nevertheless, savor a playoff win, savor the moment. It's a great finish for the Hawks and for the Lakers. You can see them gathered there at midfield as a team for the last time this season.
Yeah, very difficult always to have that coach talk right at the end of the season. As you see, the Lakers, they're 3-8 this season, comes to an end. 26 seniors graduated last year, but give notice, this team will be back. They gave everything they had, but Alta's talent just too good in the end, and it's time now to name our Heinemann and Associates Player of the Game, presented by the full-service law firm that's committed to going above and beyond the call for the clients they serve. But Brian Brown, it's not a player we're naming tonight. The first playoff win in the career of first-year head coach Blake Burdett. What a job he's done for all the ups and downs Alta's had this season. Their 6th consecutive, as we said, opening round playoff win in school history.
It's truly impressive, and a streak that they want to continue for a long, long time. And for Coach Burdett in his game, I think that is really what we're saying here, is that it was a team effort. Mentioned several of the guys on defense. Obviously, Matt McKay, a favorite of ours. I thought Tucker Brown played a relatively well game. We saw some good things from Loans, from Evan Morton, the entire group. And, collectively, when a team plays well, it really shows well for the head coach. And Coach Burdett inherited a difficult situation, as there was an exodus following the retirement of Coach Teo. And he's done a great job of getting this program back together. And the pride that Alta has, both as a community and as a program, is evident in everything that they do. And for him to get this win, I think it's really big for not only for him right now, but for this program in the future.
So let's turn our attention now, Brown Bear, before we go here tonight, let's turn our attention now to next week's playoff games, because there are some very interesting matchups next week. Of course, Alta playing Bountiful at Wall Stadium, Harriman playing Lone Peak, American Fork against Farmington. I mean, that should be a real interesting matchup. Yep. Tell me what stands out to you the most about what we're going to see in week 2 of the playoffs next week.
I think it's almost the culling of the herd in a lot of respects, because you're going to have those teams that have been battle tested, and you're going to see how a lot of teams handle the adversity of having a week off. These are young kids, so getting rest, it helps, and I think especially for a team like like Timpview, for example, where you've had a few injuries, like that extra week is going to help, especially if Carson Rasmussen can get back to the field sooner, as he left the game early last week. But all that stuff adds together, right? And so you're going to see which teams can handle the adversity of having a bye, and which teams will maximize that. And there's a lot of storylines throughout each classification. You mentioned American Fork, Farmington. Farmington is a team that came out of nowhere to win the region.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's a team that, I say it all the time, underestimate them at your own peril, because they will make you pay for it. They may not have the depth of talent that some programs do, but they will fight you tooth and nail. It's the old Dan Campbell. Every time we get back up, we're going to take a kneecap, and then we're going to take an ear. And that's really how they play. And so I think you're going to see some really competitive matches. It started out this season, I think 6A, everybody thought it was going to be Corner Canyon. Now injuries have bit the Chargers hard. And I think even 6A is a little wide open. So we'll get some more clarity next week, and that'll be exciting. And as always, you can tune into Rewind Sports Network and watch it all.
Yeah, and you can listen to Brown Bear go back to work next week as well. Brown Bear, that was fun. I mean, it was fun to work with you tonight. First time I get to work with you, and we got a pretty good game out of it here tonight.
We had fun. It was good to come up come up here and work with you guys. And I've been an admirer from afar. I think the Juan Diego Alta game is probably my favorite call of the year.
Oh, there's probably more than that.
I was driving home listening to that one. I'm always impressed with the work ethic and the effort that you put into it, and it was even more fun to get to see it up close. And I appreciate you guys letting me join. So
no, and also before we go tonight, folks, we want to bring this out publicly now, in case nobody saw it on social media earlier today. I have been officially hired as the KSL.com's new web producer starting on November 11th. So unfortunately, these last 2 games coming up will be my final 2 games for Rewind for a while. But let me just say, Brown Bear, it's always bittersweet, getting to lead this. But I will say, the guys that work around me, Vince, you, and the guys I've had over the years, Alex Amrine, Tyler Gibb, Ty Wilkinson, Gavin Atkinson, all those guys. You guys all make me sound 100%, 110 times smarter than I actually am. So I appreciate the kind words, Brown Bear. And once again, it was fun, and we get to do it again next week.
That's right. That's the most important part. You got one more left, and obviously this is the kind of job that we do it more out of passion on Friday nights than anything.
Absolutely.
And you're on to bigger and bigger things, and I'm excited about that as well.
Thank you, Brown Bear, for joining me here tonight. Thank you, Josh Dodge. And I want to give a shout-out to Gavin Atkinson. He couldn't be here tonight. He had some things come up at work. But he will be back next week. Don't worry. And Brown Bear will also be back as well on the Rewind Sports Network. Again, check KSLSports.com for the full streaming schedule next week to see where we'll be. Until then, we bid you farewell and aloha from Utah and say good night from the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. The final score, once again, Alta 38, Bonneville 22. We'll see you next week, everyone, as the playoffs roll on and the road to Rice Eccles Stadium continues.